Darby Myers of Bridgeport. Both had missed some time due to injury earlier in the year. Both playing at a high level now. And first pitch, he's running. Witherspoon fakes a bunt, throw to second, not in time. He's in with the left hand. Close on the throw from Hill, but Harris steals his 16th. He goes right away, and the Revs have a runner in scoring position. Now that didn't take long. Now Witherspoon, who took it, faked the bunt to let him go. And will now try to either drive him in or move him up further. Here's the 0-1, and it's in the dirt, blocked by Hill. Witherspoon at 289 with 4 homers, 29 knocked in. Now he's 4th in the league in total hits. Picked up his 80th last night. No score here in the first inning. Revs trying to strike first today. Last night, of course, a 4-0 lead through 3, but were unable to add on at all, and Bridgeport eventually came back. 1-1, and a foul tip back to the screen. We do have a shout-out to give today. They are listening on Stand 6 in Wildwood, New Jersey today. So a shout-out to lifeguard stand number 6, where we are being tuned in. Just all over on the expansive Revs radio network. Here's a swing and a miss, a breaking ball away, gets Witherspoon to reach. So unable to move Harris any further, 1 out. And he remains at second for Alexi Casilla. We are on YouTube today on the WOYK channel, and that will be our home going forward for Revs TV. Just some devastating circumstances on the other account for the time being. Troubleshooting and stuff. Pitch to Casilla is down low. Alexi, a 14-game hitting streak coming in today. 429 on the streak. Overall, he's at 378.
And the shortstop, Rosa, playing right behind Harris at second, so a really big hole out there on the left side.
On the stretch, and Perez steps off, looking back at Alonso. Alexi's certainly a guy that can move the ball around the field, take advantage of openings like that. 1-0, and a swing and a miss. Fastball with some late dip at 89. Perez only 6 feet 185, at least that's what he's listed at. 23 years old, from Jamaica, New York, which is toward Queens and Flushing and the area where the Mets play. A 1-1, that missed outside, a fastball. And that horrible airport that they have there, LaGuardia, that just a terrible experience. Flew out of earlier this year. Here's the 2-1, and a ground ball pulled to second base. Abreu in front of it. He'll throw to first, and that's out number 2. Harris goes to third. Casilla off the end of the bat, pulls it over to second, and Tejeda will try to bring the run home with 2 outs. Bridgeport will be doing one of those Long Island to Sugarland trips that we did, and get that wonderful experience from LaGuardia, I'm sure.
And this is a big spot here, Daryl, in the early going. We've talked about the last couple games, Revs with opportunities with guys in scoring position and less than 2 outs, and have not been able to get them home early in the game. Alonzo Harris was out there at second with nobody out, and now it'll take a 2-out hit from Tejeda.
And the first pitch, breaking ball, it's a called strike. That's a good downtown. Good boy. He was in front of our booth and squatted down so we could see. So considerate, our big blue buddy. Tejeda tied for 7th in the league in hitting at 305. Pitch, and a slider, strike 2 called. Perez locating that well here early on. Isaias, a 5-game hitting streak, 10 for 22 on the streak. And he's now within 2 hits of the league lead in total hits. He's got 84. Jovan Rosa has 86. 0-2. And a ground ball left side. It's going to be tough. Rosa backhands a long throw, and he got him. Rosa got there to his right, backhanded, and with the Revs catcher running, had time to show off that arm and get him by probably a step and a half. So the leadoff walk and a steal, but the Revs unable to do anything with it. We go to the second, still scoreless.
You hear a lot about CPAP masks these days, but here's something you don't hear much about. Over half of the people who wear a CPAP mask for sleep stop wearing it within a year. How's that working for you? Dr. Gordon Bell would like you to hear this. York Dental Sleep Therapy has dental options that can help many of those people. If you or someone you live with is struggling with sleep apnea, visit yorksleep.com and see how Dr. Gordon Bell can help return your home to peaceful nights of deep, restful sleep. If you're groggy during the workday, if you wake up feeling exhausted, if you would like to get your nighttime sleep patterns back to a healthy state, get a confirmation from your doctor, then meet with Dr. Bell at his office on West Market Street in Hallam. He'll evaluate your symptoms and discuss which treatments would best suit your situation. Dr. Bell can restore restful sleep and get you feeling better day and night. York Dental Sleep Therapy. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com to learn more.
Hey Revs fans, get points for great rewards just by supporting your team through the new Revolution Rewards program. Use the new York Revolution app to receive and earn points for ballpark food, store discounts, stadium tours, and more. Available through the Apple and Google Play stores, the York Revolution app also features team news and exclusive content, contests and promotions for Revolution prizes, online ticket purchases, live game streaming, and more. Download the York Revolution app today. Free stuff by supporting your team? That's Revs time.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Score, we head to the second inning. Frank Gailey, a 1-2-3 first. Revs with the initial threat on Zoe's walk and steal, but unable to bring him around. No hits in their half inning. Andrew Lambo leads off. Gailey inside on a first pitch fastball. He's checking was it in and nods in agreement with what Buzz Albert indicated. Lambo hitting at .324. 4 home runs, 19 batted in. Pitch, and a breaking ball down and in, 2-0. Gailey's last 2 starts, good ones, as he looks to get back on track. He went 7 scoreless 2 Sundays ago here at home, a game that the Revs won 1-0 in 10 innings against Sugar Land. Set, 2-0, and there's a fastball strike at 88. And then his last time out, which was 9 days ago, last Friday in Lancaster, a 3-2 win. He walked 4, he gave up only 2 runs in 5 innings, only 4 hits, 109 pitches, had to battle. And he plops a splitter in here for a called strike, evens it up 2-2. Lambo, Galvez, and Abreu, the middle 3 for Bridgeport in their order today. Gailey ready from the stretch at all times. Pitch is foul tipped off Tejeda, and that leaves him hopping. That got him somewhere in the right leg. Gailey dropped down with the arm slot against the same side hitter there. Lambo just stays in. He's a tough one to strike out. Covers the plate very well. Has a great idea of the strike zone as well. Tejeda down on both knees, giving it an extra moment as Buzz Albert walked the new ball out. And now back at it. Gailey's got his sign. And another 2-2. Fastball jammed him, but he fouls it back. back over the screen. Wellspan Sports Medicine injury report today. The Revs are in good standing. Another 2-2. Breaking ball, and he nubs a foul up the first base side. Again, just getting a piece, but he'll just keep doing that until he gets one he can handle. Tough hitter to get past. Lambeau in the majors with the Pirates and the A's. Total of 60 games played at the big league level. And another 2-2. Breaking ball, he reaches, loops it, shallow right center, and he's on base. A breaking ball away, he reaches out and serves a bloop into shallow right center for a leadoff single. And on cue, he battles and gets himself on.
That's exactly what we were talking about in the open. The two-strike hitting, the plate coverage, just finding a way to get on base and create these high-stress innings.
The Bluefish, who strike out the fewest of any team in the league. It's amazing, they actually walk the fewest as well. Here's Jonathan Galvez, who lays off upstairs. Galvez hitting .262, 10 home runs, 43 driven in. 1-0, and a changeup down. He doesn't bite. Gailey slips behind him. There's the stretch, the 2-0, and he checked. Did he go? He did on the appeal to first on the splitter. He couldn't stop. Bill Worthington said he crossed. Gailey's made 2 starts against Bridgeport here this season. He fires, and a swing and a miss, fastball away. And Galvez extends a little bit. Back on May 14th, another Sunday home game. He's pitched well in these Sunday home games. He went 8 innings, 1 run in a 3-1 win. He deals, and a swing and a miss. A changeup away, and Galvez swings through it. And his first strikeout of the day, 1 down here in the second. His other outing against Bridgeport, June 27th at Harbor Yard, and was touched for 6 runs in 5 1/3, but the 2 starts since then have been pretty good. Most recent home start was great. Here's Tony Abreu, and he takes a fastball strike over the inner half. Abreu, 5 for his last 6. On base, 6 of his last 7. Pitch to him, and he lines a foul to the right of the net, just reaching and sending it crowdward. 0-2.
It looked like he started to back out of the box when Gailey began his move to the plate. I don't know if he was asking for time or trying to set up a sort of opposite field slap hit, but a lot of movement going on and still got a piece.
Pitch is a foul tip, and that ends up in the stands. It ricocheted off Tejeda's face mask and went flying to the right of the net, and fortunately off an empty seat back in the second row. Not much time for those folks to react off the deflection either. 0-2 it remains on Abreu, who is 14 for 24 over his last 6 games. Way up over 500 on that stretch. And in this series, he has scored 4, driven in 2. Pitch is fouled back again. This one back into the upper deck and down. So he's peppering and just dishing out souvenirs like they're candy right now. Gailey steps off. And quickly back on and ready. Another 0-2 and another foul. This one sent well off to the right, down the first base side. Revs are just 1-5 at home against Bridgeport. They had lost 3 in May until Gailey beat him in that finale. And this is their first visit since, winning the first 2 here. Pitch here is popped foul again. A splitter away, and Abreu able to cover and lob that one foul about 3 rows in behind the Revs dugout. You know what, Matt? Maybe they lead the league in foul balls. I don't know.
Certainly wouldn't be surprised.
They don't quite track that, but...
Gailey's going away. Let's see if he comes in.
He will. Runner goes. Pitch is fouled. They had Lambo on the run and a high fastball that Abreu is able to get to and foul back. Is that David Carpenter in the booth to our left today?
It does look like him, so maybe he's unavailable too. That's probably good news.
Yeah. There's the stretch, another 0-2, and a bouncer toward third. It's fair. Simpson gloves it on the charge and throws across on the run. Dent the stretch at first. 2 down, Lambo up to second, and it hits softly toward the bag at third. No chance to turn 2. Simpson charged and looked like it took a funny skip right as he approached. Had to reach back to his left a little bit, but made the play. A runner at second with 2 down, and our K-man Gustavo Molina to the plate. He is DHing today. Last night tied the game with a tape measure homer in the 8th. First pitch, he swings, lines it toward the big wall and left. Harris is back, stumbles, and has to play it off the wall. It rebounds away from him. Lambo will score, and Molina's got a single. He stops partway, baiting Harris to throw in. It's an RBI knock off the lower portion of the arch nemesis, but he lined it over Harris's head and then trying to hit the brakes and play the carom. He ended up slipping a little bit. Didn't result in any extra damage, but Bridgeport with a 1-0 lead.
Well, that ball hit hard and down the line a little bit, and it looked like Harris had a little bit of indecision as to whether to try to climb up on the monster or play it off, and got caught in between. But like you said, no damage done as Molina, not all that fleet of foot, had to stay at first base.
So now Bridgeport is struck first. Here's Angeles Nina, and first one is out off the plate, a fastball. Nina hitting at 220, no homers, 7 driven in. Starts in left for the second straight game. Pitch is down low, 2-0. Was 2 for 4 with a steal last night. Bluefish, they look like they're going to catch Lancaster in team hitting. Pitch is just inside. Tried a breaking ball there and narrowly missed, 3-0. Bluefish second in team batting, 284. And within 2 points of Lancaster, and they're up to third in runs scored. 3-1, and there's a called strike. Gailey just getting it over, or 3-0 I should say, now 3-1. And the pitch, swing and a miss, a changeup. Tejeda looked down at Molina, who had his secondary but wasn't too far off. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Molina will be on the go here with 2 outs. Dent backs away. And the payoff pitch. Swing, and he fouls it against the net, just reaching on the fastball away and flicking it foul. Gailey will be throwing his 40th pitch here. And comes home, and a swing and a miss. Got him with a high fastball. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Frank, but Bridgeport has struck first. A run on 2 hits and 1 left. 1-0 Bluefish as we go to the bottom of the second.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Just like to say that y'all rock, man.
Tom Verducci of Sports Illustrated wrote the cover story on Vin Scully. Was there any moment where he thought he was not going to keep his job?
There was a moment there when the Dodgers moved to Los Angeles, and they wanted their own voices, and it was Walter O'Malley, the Dodgers owner, who stepped in and said, no, Vin Scully is going to be your announcer. He's the best that there is.
Dan Patrick.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Are you one of the many people that has a 401k that is eligible to roll over, but you just haven't done it yet? Maybe you're not sure where was the best place to put it. I'm Tom Dasher of Tom Dasher Investment Services. I specialize in helping you getting your 401k and IRA money parked in the best place for you. So if you haven't rolled your 401k yet, or if you're not satisfied with your IRA, call me for a consultation at 487-2096. That's 487-2096. And check out my website at tomdasher.com.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOIK.
Bridgeport a 1-0 lead. And the Revs will come to bat against Jorge Perez here in the bottom of the second. Franco, Mitchell, and Verona coming up. And Perez, between innings, apparently had an issue as they will come out and examine him. So he was ready to go, seemed to be business as usual, and then one of their athletic trainers came running out. Got a couple on staff, and that's going to be it for him. He felt something during between inning warm-ups, and he will leave the game here. Well, that certainly puts a crimp in their plans. They had spots started him today, pushing Brewer back to tomorrow. And it looks like Frank DeGiulio Jr. is the one to grab his glove, and that'll be it for Perez after one inning today. I couldn't tell what it was, but they obviously didn't want to push it.
I didn't see him holding his arm, but you would think it has to be his arm. Certainly wasn't limping off the field.
Yeah. Well, an injury pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. DeGiulio comes in and stretching out his arm, couple arm circles as he made his way in from the left field bullpen. Yeah, he'll get as long as he needs. Luis Rodriguez came out. He's got the towel around his neck today on this warm afternoon, and the athletic trainer was out there first, and then Rodriguez came out to investigate, and it didn't take long for them to decide to make the move. The pitching change, again brought to you by Maple Donuts. 1-0 Bridgeport in the second inning, and DeGiulio will be in when we come back.
You line your feet up on the edge of the starting block, shake out your arms, and then you push off the block in one fluid motion, fully extending your body and cutting into the water with nothing on your mind but the mechanics. You're a swimmer, and whether it's practice time in the pool or crunch time at a meet, Flying Feet is with you every stroke of the way.
Flying Feet.
Flying Feet Sports Shoes is a swimmer's paradise. Get suits by Dolphin, Speedo, Nike, Arena, and Tier. Pick up practice gear, team gear, and training equipment like fins, snorkels, and kickboards. The Flying Feet team has high-tech competitive suits, customizable caps, goggles, even goggle repair items. Shower down with swimmer's shampoo and body wash, plus suit wash to limit the wear and tear of chlorine. Time to dive into the pool? Then it's time for Flying Feet. We're more than sports shoes.
Flying Feet.
1511 Mount Rose Avenue, York, just off exit 18 of I-83 next to Battery Warehouse.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
For local sports on your smartphone, search WOIK at the App Store.
DeGiulio Jr. coming on, and an unexpected development for the Bluefish, having to go to their bullpen in the second inning today. Matt, you said that Perez was flexing his arm as he walked to the clubhouse.
Yeah, as we suspected, it is his pitching arm, but I don't think it's anything super serious. Obviously, you don't want to speculate too much, but usually on a catastrophic elbow injury, if you will, the guy's really clutching it. Seems to be in visible discomfort, as well as the emotional discomfort of knowing he's done for quite some time. It didn't seem that way. It seems like something wasn't quite right, obviously, but he seemed in pretty good spirits, as much as we could tell from here leaving the field.
Now the Revs down 1-0. Franco will lead off against DeGiulio now. And from the stretch, his first pitch is down low. The Perez went an inning, no runs, no hits, a walk and a strikeout, 16 pitches, 9 strikes. There's the 1-0, and a fastball in for a strike. DeGiulio last night a scoreless 6th. They had 2 men on and a walk and a hit to begin the inning, but got out of it. 1-1. And a swing and a miss. He got Franco to chase in the dirt. Angel at 279, 4 homers, 7 for 15 his last 4. He's been swinging it well.
And we'll see how long he goes. He's gone as many as 2 innings twice this year, but neither were in back-to-back outings.
1-2. And a breaking ball outside. In and out of Hill's mitt. Overall, DeGiulio 2-3, a 4.73 ERA in 31 outings. Now he's ready. Here's the 2-2 and a swing and a miss. It's a lot of off speed out of the gate for him, and strikes out Franco on a slider down low. 1 down, Jared Mitchell to follow. Mitchell at 260 with 4 homers, 23 knocked in. DeGiulio, whose dad pitched in the Reds system, it's DeGiulio Jr., comes set and delivers. And Mitchell shows a bunt, takes a strike on a cutter. 86 miles an hour.
And a big shift on in the infield against Mitchell. Rosa almost behind the bag at second. We haven't really seen that a whole lot with Jared this year. It's mostly been Burgess who opponents have shifted.
It's the 0-1. And a fastball strike on the outer edge. Revs expect to have Burgess back tomorrow, but have been operating without him here this weekend. He's back home for a few days after the All-Star game. Time asked for momentarily. DeGiulio's second season with Bridgeport, 3rd in the Atlantic League, parts of 2 years with the Ducks. Pitch. And a line drive toward right center. Myers coming in, and it's down, and he slides and knocks it away, and Mitchell's going to get to second on it. Lambo's throw is late. He's in standing. A line drive hit in right center. Myers came in a little over-aggressive, went into a slide and kicked it away. And Mitchell thinking 2 all the way and makes it. The Revs looking to answer. It is a double, no error on that effort. And Tyrone Verona will look to even things up, down 1-0. Mitchell at second with 1 away. Verona DHing today. First pitch, he swings, bounces a foul, third base side. It glanced off the railing of the third base dugout and up into the seats. Verona at 266 with a homer, 10 driven in 16 games. Last night a base hit, his first at bat, ended a 4-game skid without a hit. As DeGiulio turns and looks Mitchell back. Only had a base hit last night, also reached on a walk, so he was on twice. Trying to get comfy in there again. And now a balk called on DeJulio. And he doesn't understand what he did. Mitchell sent to third base. The plate on Buzz Albert called it. And DeJulio motioned to go through signs again, didn't step off. It had to have been more than that, though, because see guys do that all the time. So Mitchell at third with one away. Buzz Albert has called a balk on each team in this series. Arredondo got burned with one last night. So runner at third, the infield back. Pitch to Verona is down and away. And a ground ball now could tie this game.
And looking at the play again on replay, I couldn't tell what he did because it looked like the balk was issued before he finished coming set, so it wasn't like he hadn't held long enough.
And stretch, the 1-1. Swing and a miss. And a good slider from the righty. Matt watching replay on our WOYK YouTube channel, which is where you can find us now. It's the new Revs TV, at least for the time being. 1-2. Swinging a chopper to third. One big hop, and Mitchell's caught halfway. Cuevas pump fakes, reached with the bare hand, missed him, and he dives back. In under the toss to the shortstop, Rosa, who came over to cover. And Mitchell escapes the pickle, and it's first and third with still only one out. They don't get an out on the play.
Well, Mitchell, an elusive wide receiver back in the day, showing off the juke move right there. I think they expected he would try to go home and get chased towards the plate, and he gave a move that way, went right back to third and slipped by the tag.
Shifty, like joystick moves there. It's a fielder's choice, and in with the dive under the tag, Rosa, who came over to cover from short. Here's Chase Simpson with first and third. And first pitch, a fastball strike on the outside corner. Simpson hitting at 167 in 10 games. He's looking to get things going again. He had a little surge after his first couple of games, but he's been quieted a bit here these past few. 0-1. And that's outside. DeJulio last year with Bridgeport, after being acquired from Long Island, Thursday was the one-year anniversary of that move for him, July 13th. With Bridgeport, he was 4-0 last year with a 1.44 ERA. Now deals. And a swing and a high pop-up, foul ground at third. Cuevas and the catcher Hill both over, and Hill's got it right in front of the Bluefish dugout as Cuevas then turns and heads to help cover home plate. A foul pop-up, 2 away. And Ryan Dent will try to get it done. Dent playing for the first time since the break. It's a little bit of a rough go for him here lately. One hit in his last 6. He's hitting at .230 with a couple of homers. It's the start at first base today. DeJulio ready. First pitch, it's outside. Dent's 6th start at first base. He had a few in a row, middle of the first half. They were starting him there for a few games consistently. He's made 2 starts at second, 15 at third, 42 at short. Pitch is laced foul as he yanks that one off the base of the Dickey's barbecue truck at the end of the third base side concourse. Ball was up, and he was out in front, tomahawking it. 1 ball, 1 strike. With first and third, 2 outs. Revs down 1-0 in the second inning. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. A slider. DeGiulio, a member of Team Italy in the World Baseball Classic. Teammate of Mike DeMarc. Now set, steals, and a swing and a miss. A slider down low, and the Revs, who have had runners at third base with less than 2 outs, or at least in scoring position, I should say, with less than 2 outs each of the first 2 innings, have not scored. No runs, 1 hit, and 2 left. We go to the third, still 1-0 Bridgeport.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sports Radio 1350 is your home for local and national sports. The Big Sports Talker also has you covered with news throughout the day. Catch statewide updates on news and sports from Radio PA. Stock reports with Your Money Now, mornings and afternoons. And national news updates every hour from Westwood One. Stay up to date while getting your sports fix all day. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nothing Bridgeport as we start the third inning, and Rosa will lead off for them. 9-1-2 in the order. Gailey from the stretch lifts the leg, fires, and a fastball away to start the inning. Rosa at 172, no homers, 5 driven in. Started his year at AA with the Angels in Mobile. Had last night off. 1-0, and it's a called strike, outside corner on the split. Today they give the veteran shortstop Luis Hernandez the day game off. The Bluefish will be here for our final 11 a.m. game next week. 1-1, fastball and a called strike on the outer black. Rosa in his 23rd game played. We've mostly seen him at second base, but it's the start at short for them today. Gailey ready, and the pitch. Swing and a miss. A fastball away gets him. Third strikeout for Frank. And one down here in the top of the third. Our broadcast brought to you in part by Wolf's Bus Lines, the Pretzel Twist, Neighborhood Sure Save Markets, Turkey Hill Minute Markets, Etline Foods, and D's Nuts. One down, here's Darby Myers, who grounded out his first time up. Gailey with the pitch. Fastball missed outside at 90. Now the 1-0, And a ground ball poked softly to second. Casilla moves up, gloves, and the sidearm throw with some heat on it. It sailed a little high, but Dent the glove up above his cap, no problem. 2 down. Casilla and Dent both, they seem to be so much more comfortable with the sidearm or submarine throw than they are with over the top.
Well, Casilla really drops down often, almost below his belt.
Here's Cuevas, who lays off a changeup away. We had Dent on a pregame in May. I asked him about it, and he said, yeah, if you do that and the throw gets away, it does look bad, but sometimes you have to go with what you're most comfortable with. As Gailey delivers a strike there, it's 1-1. Cuevas, a line out to center, his first time up, hit it hard, but Gailey retired him. 1-1. And a rip at third, and Simpson up with it cleanly. He'll take his time, makes the throw right on the money. Across to first, inning over. 1-2-3 for Gailey. And a hard one-hopper that Simpson came up with, but handled it cleanly at third base. A little jump to his step coming up with it. We go to the bottom of the third inning, still 1-0 Bridgeport.
Take it from me, guys. You want to make life happier? Your wife wants a nicer lawn. The kind of lawn you see on Home and Gardens and Martha Stewart. Here's a hint. You're not alone. Call your pals at Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. They've got a way with lush lawns that the ladies like. And as you know, happy wifey, happy hubby. Winky face. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care. World-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
From Manny Brothers, almost famous, always a favorite. From Manny Brothers, almost famous sandwiches served on Italian bread. Your choice of meat piled high with cheese, fresh cut fries, coleslaw, and tomato. Every day is happy hour with half price on draft, bottles, and liquors. Tuesday and Thursdays, it's Primanti Pizza Feast wings and salad for under $20. We'll keep the wings flying with 59-cent wings all day Sunday and boneless wings all day Monday. Primanti Brothers, 2151 South Queen Street. Almost famous, always a favorite.
Can you sit up, little guy? There you go. What a big boy. Whoa. Every time he grabs my maple donut, it pulls him over to one side. But he keeps on grabbing at it. Whoop, there he goes again. Wait, let's see how this works. Here you go, little dude. Here's another maple donut. Can you grab it? Well, there you have it, folks. Charlie's right. A balanced baby needs a maple donut in each hand.
Maple donuts taste right.
York Sports on your mobile device or online at WOYK1350.com.
Revs down 1-0. The top of the order here in the bottom of the third. Alonzo Harris will lead off. And DeJulio, who threw 19 pitches in his first inning, thrust into action. Did work an inning last night as well with some stress on it. First pitch to Alonzo is in tight, a breaking ball. And he had some chin music on a first inning walk from Perez. Now DeJulio, albeit on a curve, ends up well in on him. Here's the 1-0. And in the dirt, it skips. Harris a walk in the first. He stole second immediately. But the Revs were unable to score him. Then last inning, with 1 out, Mitchell doubled, was balked to third, but they were unable to score him. And the 2-0. Swinging a line drive deep toward the big wall in left, and it's off the top right corner. And it bounces away. Harris has second easily. He misses a home run by inches. Off the top right corner of the big wall in left. It knocks down a potential home run for him, but he's got a double to lead off the third.
That's that same corner Janice kept hitting during pitcher's VP. So much of that wall helps you, but that top right edge certainly does not. home run distance without question.
That was a bolt. Now Harris will try to make his way around from there. Here's Witherspoon. First pitch, he bunts toward third. That'll move him. Cuevas into bare hand, and the throw will get him at first. A charging bare hand play. Sacrifice is good, 5-3. And after missed opportunities swinging away the first 2 innings, the Revs put on the bunt this time and move him to third. And 1 down, and Alexi Casilla will try to cash in. Grounded out to second his first time. And at the moment, only the corners are in for the Bluefish, the middle infield staying back. So if he grounds it the way he did in the first, it'll be a run. First pitch, fastball a little bit high. DeJulio ready. The 1-0, and Casilla shows bunt, and it's in the dirt. Harris started scurrying in from third, ready to go. Should Casilla have gotten it down, but he hits the brakes in the dirt, 2-0. Now Alexi's surveying the defense as he climbs back in. The stretch, and the pitch. Tried to check, a slider down low, and no appeal. He did hold off, 3-0. Last night, he was the one asking for the appeal because he knew he didn't go. 3-0, swings and comes up empty, had the green light. He jumped out looking to drive that one. It had some plate, but DeJulio took a little off. 3-1. Tejeda on deck. There's the stretch and the pitch to him. Swing and a miss. Fastball up again, and Casilla maybe pulled off just a bit. 3-2. Harris standing at third with 1 out. Stretch, the 3-2 pitch, and a little tap foul. It bounced up off Casilla in the batter's box. Revs desperate to get this run home after missed opportunities each of the first 2 innings. I know every team misses opportunities. You're not hitting 1,000 on those, but it definitely has hurt York this year.
And it doesn't have to be hitting 1,000. More of it has to do with productive outs, I think, that Mason Company would like to see a bit more of, especially when it's guys at third base and less than 2 out.
Here's the stretch. Another 3-2, and a swing and a miss. DeJulio with a slider. He came all the way back from 3-0 to get him. He went to 3-0 and didn't just say, up, on to the next guy. He came right back and struck him out. So 2 down, and that'll leave it on Tejeda's shoulders. He grounded out to short his first time. Harris at third, the leadoff double. Revs down 1-0. First pitch is swung on and belted deep to left field, and it is off the newspaper and stays in play, but Harris scores and we're tied at 1. And that doggone wall in left field has knocked down 2 home runs this inning. This time it's the tip of the newspaper. It's like Section C.
That was above the yellow line.
Yes, it was. And for the first time ever, we've seen the tip of that newspaper get hit because it moved. I didn't know how it would react. It had some give to it, but it stayed in. And here's Angel Franco who takes low. We're tied at 1. Our beloved wall that gives us so much charm has knocked down 2 home runs this inning. The Revs have tied it up in a couple of shots. Pitch to Franco, a fastball, that's a smidge high. 2-0. So Tejeda at first, a wall ball single and beyond. That was above the yellow line. And the sections of the newspaper rippling as it came down. The pitch, it's off the plate away. 3-0. And a nonchalant snap throw to first, trying to catch Tejeda napping, but he's back. He's got his 45th RBI, a 6-game hitting streak for him. Denied of what would have been his 11th home run. There's a called strike on the outside corner, 3-1. That's incredible. And to have 2 like that this inning.
Well, the best part was the paper bent backwards. It almost took it over the wall with it.
3-1. And fastball, outer half for a called strike. So we had Harris hit the high right, very top right corner. Tejeda hits the newspaper. Three and 2, Tejeda will be on the run. And the pitch. Breaking ball, little high, and Franco walks. So the inning continues. First and second for Jared Mitchell. We're tied at 1. Now we'll pause for station identification.
First in York. First in sports. Your only local sports station. The new Sports Radio 1350. WOYK, York, Pennsylvania.
Here's Mitchell with 2 on, 2 out. And a run home. He doubled his first time up. And trying to give the Revs the lead and overcome that newspaper. First pitch, swing and a foul tip. Had a big rip, and that deflected off Hill and over to Verona, who's on deck. For the moment, the Revs, by their own ground rules, denied a run, but Mitchell trying to make it happen. There's the stretch from DeGiulio. The 0-1. And it's outside. Hill came up ready to throw, but both runners on their way back. So many of Mitchell's hits of late have been for extra bases, and that double last inning, 1 for 1 today. But that came with 1 out, and then he was balked to third, and they missed an opportunity to bring him home. Pitch way high, and it's 2-1. And DeGiulio now, a night after a stressful scoreless inning, is at 40 pitches here. No activity in their bullpen, though. And they're short. They had Brian Moran signed by the Dodgers the other night. On the 2-1. And a swing and a high drive deep down the line in right field. It is a fair ball! Out of here, Jared Mitchell! A 3-run home run right down the line in right. He gets Tejeda home and 2 more, including himself. His 5th home run of the year, and the Revs with a 4-run inning have jumped in front 4-1. That makes up for the newspaper.
I think it does. Almost a 3-home run inning. It all counts the same.
Makes up for the corner of the arch nemesis, although that run scored anyway. But it makes up for the newspaper, and we can all move forward. That'll present a pitching coach visit. Rich Garces to the mound.
There's no one even sitting down on the bullpen bench, though. Might just be a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, DeJulio's out there in an island at the moment. Well, Mitchell's second home run in a week. He hit a big one in Lancaster last Sunday that helped them win. Here's Verona. First pitch, he swings, taps a foul, third base side. And after the missed opportunities the first 2 innings and the tantalizing knockdown of the ball Tejeda hit, that's a big home run. Mitchell 2 for 2, a double and a 3-run homer, having himself a Sunday at the park. There's the 0-1, and a line drive to left field, a hit for Verona. He stays on the breaking ball there, a slider, and wraps a single to left. The Revs with 4 straight reaching here with 2 outs, and now a total of 4 hits in the inning. Verona with a hit last night, a hit today as he looks to get going again. And that'll bring Chase Simpson up. We have a winner on our Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care home run contest, Penny Pertel. Stop by the Apple Chevrolet ticket office when you'd like. Pitch to Simpson is up and away. Penny Pertel, our contestant and winner today.
And DeJulio, I just looked, even in those outings where he went 2 innings prior to this one, he'd only thrown 21 and 23 pitches, already up to 44 here today.
1-0, and a fastball over for a strike. You know, Mitchell's home run, I was watching the foul pole, and then I was looking at Bill Worthington to make sure he signaled fair. Did you see it land? Did it get back to the clubhouse, or was it against the tents?
I didn't see it quite land. I too was wondering how much it would hook, because oftentimes those balls inside, you kind of do hook them a little bit.
Runner goes. Simpson rolls a grounder towards second. Abreu a couple steps toward the middle. We'll get to it. And throws on to first to end the inning. Well, it had plenty of distance, and fair or foul was the question. It was fair, and the Revs with a big third. They score 4 times on 4 hits and 1 left. Matt Present with the play-by-play as we go to the 4th. The Revs in front, 4-1.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make 1 call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
First in York, first in sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Frank Gailey now will work with the lead. 4 runs for the Revs in the home half of the 3rd. They now lead it 4-1. It'll be Jose Hill, Andrew Lambeau, and Jonathan Galvez. 3, 4, and 5 due up against the Revs left-hander. Heel back behind the plate today. Got the day off last night. He went 1 for 5 in the game on Friday. And so far today, 0 for 1, a ground out to shortstop. First pitch from Gailey. It's a fastball over at the knees, strike one. Gailey so far doing a nice job to get ahead. His arm side run has been effective away from the right-handed batters. And the 0-1 pitch, it's a bunt, third base side. Gailey off the mound of field. He will pick up and he will have no play. A perfectly placed bunt by Jose Heel. And he beats it out for an infield hit. So if you're Gailey, you can live with that. The catcher bunting his way on up in the 3-hole this afternoon, but it'll bring up a tough hitter in Andrew Lambo. Lambo, a good piece of 2-strike hitting his last time up. Got a pitch off the outside edge and hooked it into right. Came around to score the only run of the game for the Bluefish. First pitch from Gailey, it's a breaking ball in, strike one. Gailey today making his 50th start in a Revs uniform. Toes the first base side of the rubber, leans in for his sign. Working with Tejeda per usual. And the pitch on the way, line drive towards right field. That's going to be in for a base hit. Mitchell will play it on a hop. He will run and fire it back in. And staying on the second base bag is Jose Heel, and he puts his hands up like, come on, Mitch. What are you throwing at me for? So back-to-back singles to begin the fourth, and that'll bring up Jonathan Galvez. Galvez, the main source of power in the middle of the order, leads the Bluefish with 10 home runs. And the pitch home from Gailey, it's a fastball at the knees, strike one. 90 miles an hour there from Frank, working with that lower arm slot. A pitcher's pitch to start off Galvez. He struck out his first time up, and the 0-1 pitch, a fastball this time off the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Gailey has his sign. First and second, nobody down. A look back and now comes home. Fastball line drive, fouling out of play right side. Middle of the infield looks to turn to. Tejeda playing behind the runner. Lambo at first. Gailey, the close set on the mound. And the 0-2 pitch outside. 1 ball, or check that, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gailey, a 23rd round pick by the Blue Jays in 2007 out of Westchester University in Pennsylvania. Back pitching in his home state. And the 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase Galvez up the ladder. And that's the 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Frank Gailey. So 1 down for Tony Abreu. Abreu working on a 7-game hitting streak. He's 0 for 1, grounded out to third. Gailey looks back and now comes home, and the first pitch to Abreu fouled back to the screen. Abreu, a switch hitter, batting from the right side against Frank Gailey, although Gailey this year has had more success against right-handers than lefties. Gailey from the belt looks back, and the pitch to the plate up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Righties this year hitting .277 off of Frank Gailey, while lefties hit .326. Gailey, however, giving up just 9 hits in his last 2 outings combined. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, reached for and fouled off down the line and right. And Daryl, if we weren't keeping track of foul balls, perhaps we should start. The Bluefish really rising that tally here this series, costing the Revs a lot of baseballs.
Yeah, putting the bat boys to work. I'm going to go ahead and say they lead the league in it, just by what I've seen this weekend.
Unofficially official.
Yeah.
Kaylee looks back. Here's the 1-2. Reached for and fouled off right on cue.
That's shocking.
Abreu in his first season with the Bluefish didn't play at all last year. Parts of 6 different seasons in the big leagues prior to that. Began his career in the Dodger system back in '03. Was an undrafted free agent, signing officially on May 22nd. Pitch on the way, and that's fouled off down the third baseline. Worked his way up through the Dodger system. Originally broke through in the big leagues. Got his first hit off of Carlos Marmol in 2007. And his first home run, well, that was a big one. It was a go-ahead pinch hit home run in the 10th off of Doug Slayton. 1-2 the count, and the pitch on the way just off the outside edge. Now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Heel at second, Lambo at first. 4-1 Revs lead it here. Visiting half of the 4th. Kaylee from the belt. And the 2-2. That one's grounded back up towards the middle. It's going to get on through for a hit. Rounding third is Heel. He's going to be sent. Witherspoon up with it. He'll deliver the ball back into second base. It's an RBI single for Tony Abreu, an 8-game hitting streak. And it's now 4-2.
Yeah, and a great at bat, good piece of hitting. If it's at somebody, it could be a huge double play, but of course it wasn't. And earlier this year, Abreu was off to a slow start, and he was battling injury. He had a really bad injury during his major league career, and you had to wonder, was he going to stay with it? And the Bluefish certainly happy that he has. He's been a huge piece to their success.
Lambo went first to third, so it's now first and third for Molina. First pitch swing, it's a line drive, base hit, left center field. Lambo will come in to score. Holding up at second base is Abreu. Back-to-back RBI singles for Bridgeport, and now it's a 1-run ball game, 4-3.
These guys just don't stop. I mean, they're like a worm just wiggling, or a snake that just won't die. I mean, you put a big inning up on them, and they come right back. They're just totally undeterred. Last night it was a comeback that lasted the remainder of the game, beginning in the 4th inning, and eventually they would finish it late. But here they come again today right away.
Paul Fletcher will spend a mountain visit, chatting things over with Frank and Tejeda joining them. And Daryl, a lot of this damage is just singles, just slapping it to all fields, not doing a whole lot, but putting the ball in play, and good things are happening for them.
And the one thing that doesn't make a lot of sense with the stats, they're last in the league in fewest strikeouts in the league. That makes sense, having seen them. But also the fewest walks, and it's not like they're up there. I mean, that was an early count swing, but it's not like everybody's up there swinging wildly and putting the ball in play right away. A lot of deep counts, but they end up in hits, not walks, and certainly not strikeouts.
Here's Angeles Nina. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 1 down here. Top of the 4th, 2 runs in. First and second for the Bluefish as they continue to threaten. Kaylee trying to escape, and he comes home, and it's another pitch down low. Appeal to first and no swing, says Bill Worthington, joining the crew here for the finale. Well, Bridgeport very good in terms of average. They're up to second in the league, 284 overall, and a 317 team average in their last 5. The pitch to the plate, a ground ball foul wide at third. The count now 2 balls and a strike. 295 as a team over their last 10, so certainly of late they've been stepping it up even further at the plate.
Over 300 against York. We've certainly been privy to seeing this.
The 2-1 from Gailey. Breaking ball backdoor for a strike. A good pitch. And it's 2-2. That was the 70th pitch of the ball game, and Michael Click starting to head down to the Revs bullpen to get warm. 2-2. And the pitch from Gailey fouled back to the screen. And it's not just one guy, Darryl. Up and down the lineup, guys spoiling pitchers' pitches. As we take a look at our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard, one other game in progress currently. The Bees hosting the Blue Crabs, and Southern Maryland up 2-0. The 2-2 again, line drive, well hit center field. Witherspoon coming towards the gap, and he runs it down. Throw back to second, not in time. That one well struck off the bat of Nina, but Witherspoon got a good read and tracked it down for out number 2.
Man, how much has he saved here this season? Another hard hit ball, but it helps to have him out there, that's for sure.
His first step was in the right direction. Oftentimes you have to go back a step or freeze, but he read it beautifully. 2 down now. Still first and second. Gailey looks back and now deals. First pitch is a changeup off the plate away. The other games set to get underway later this evening. Some Sunday night baseball in the Atlantic League. Long Island hosting Somerset and Sugar Land hosting Lancaster. The 1-0 from Frank. Breaking ball down and in, ball 2. Gailey, as we mentioned, making his 50th start today for the Revs. Started 15 games in 2015, 20 last year, posting a 3.14 ERA. He won 6 games, going for win number 7 here this season. And the pitch on the way is outside, and that is ball... I thought it was ball 3. They have ball 2 up. It is ball 3. So 3-0 the count. Gailey set to deliver pitch number 75. It is on its way, and it is off the plate away, ball 4. And the Bluefish have the bases full.
And this is where you can get in some trouble. You've been out there this inning for a while. A lot of times it's not the total pitches, it's the number in a given inning that can sap you. And that's the thing with Bridgeport. They're an exhausting team to face, and you've got to just keep making good pitches. Easier said than done, but you don't want to give in.
So bases full for Myers, and the first pitch fastball up and away. The Revs in their Friday night loss walked in 2 runners with the bases full. That a part of a 3-run 8th inning. Gailey here working to the league's leading hitter. The pitch to Myers rolled foul towards the third base side dugout. 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Michael Click is getting loose, and Click did come in that game on Friday and get out of a bases loaded jam. That was back in the 5th, relieving Jay Goss. 1-1 the count. The pitch from Frank, and that one's a ground ball to the right side. Up with it, Dent. Wide of the bag, he'll feed Gailey, and Gailey beats Myers to the base and escapes a bases loaded jam. Frank Gailey showing off the wheels, charging over from the mound, and the feed from Dent in time to get Myers hustling down the line. 2 runs in for the Bluefish on 4 hits. They lead the bases full, and after 3.5 at Peoples Bank Park, 4-3, Revs on top on 1350 WOYK.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Kochman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Kochman. Kochman Kunkel Insurance.
Hey Revs fans, now's your chance to win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy. This season, during every home game at Peoples Bank Park, it's the all-new Shipley Energy Grand Slam inning. Each game, one inning will be designated, and one name will be selected as the contestant. If the Revs hit a Grand Slam that inning, you could win $5,000. To enter, stop by Fan Services and fill out your form, or enter via the York Revolution app or YorkRevolution.com. Sign up today and win big with the Revs and Shipley Energy this season.
Hey Jane, check it out. 2 brand new Fast Play games from the Pennsylvania Lottery.
Yeah, you just pick your game, get your ticket, and see if you've won.
And with Payday, you could win progressive top prizes instantly.
Instantly? That's fast.
Not faster than me drinking this frozen slush.
You okay?
Ouch. Headache.
Oh.
Fast Play. Play fast, win instantly. The Pennsylvania Lottery. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly. Benefits older Pennsylvanians every day.
Hi, I'm Scott Penley from Shadler Yesco Distribution, proud supporter of the York County Economic Alliance since 1956. You're listening to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Dent and Frank Gailey teaming up for a big out number 3. Dent flipping, Gailey hustling to cover first. It is 4-3, the Revs lead it, and Ryan Dent fittingly leads off the 4th. Alonzo Harris and Travis Witherspoon to follow. Frank DeGiulio Jr. remains in there, and his first pitch, a breaking ball that catches the outside edge.
And Rosa, the runner, did his best to stay in Dent's way as long as he could. It didn't make it any easier to pick up that ground ball where it was.
DeGiulio works exclusively from the stretch, and he deals, and it's a strike, letter high. No balls and 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, Jorge Perez started this game, but as he was warming up for his 2nd inning, left with an apparent arm injury, so DeGiulio tasked with bridging it in this one, and he delivers a breaking ball down in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. His next pitch will be number 50. And Bridgeport does have a right-hander loosening in their left field bullpen. So DeGiulio on for inning number 3, and the 1-2 to Dent. Line drive, center field, Myers charging in. He's still coming, and he reaches down to make the grab. Waist high, he reels it in. That one just off the fists of Ryan Dent, and Darby Myers, much like Travis Witherspoon, covers a lot of ground out there, makes the catch for out number 1.
Alonzo Harris.
So that brings up Alonzo Harris. Harris a double high off the wall in left center field his last time up, narrowly missing a home run. And the first pitch to him, line drive well hit down the left field line. It's hooking towards the corner, and it is foul. Just missed the arch nemesis again. Harris a little out in front. Starting to barrel it up a couple times here in this one. His double last time around, snapping an 0 for 12. The pitch to the plate, there's a strike, fastball at the knees, 0-2. So Harris in the hole, he'll have to battle back. DeGiulio with 3 strikeouts in his first 2 frames, and the 0-2 pitch fouled off straight down at the plate. Harris now in his 10th professional season, drafted by the Mets in 2007 in the 39th round. And the 0-2 pitch, reached for, and he check swung, got a piece, and fouled it off to the right. He worked with the Mets system from 2008 through 2013. Then in 2014, a year with the Marlins system, and then the last couple years with St. Paul in the American Association. Last year, he led the league in steals with 43, picked up his 16th earlier today. And the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt. And that's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Harris grew up in Cleveland, Mississippi, went to Macomb High School and played alongside another speedster, Gerard Dyson, now with the Mariners, so that seemed awfully fast. 1 down, the 2-2 pitch, reached for and fouled off. And a bare hand snag by Luis Rodriguez, the Bridgeport skipper. He has a tough job here today managing his pitching staff. Originally, it was going to be Charles Brewer starting. They pushed him back to try to get the edge in the upcoming Somerset series. That's a big one for them. The 2-2 to Harris, high fly ball, well hit left field towards the nemesis, and that ball is gone. Alonzo Harris takes the Julio deep and adds on a run for the Revs. It's now 5-3 on Harris's 8th home run of the year. Harris just missed one last time. This time he got all of it. Up and over the nemesis, and that will be all for Frank DeJulio. Luis Rodriguez coming out. They have a right-hander loosening in their bullpen, and the Bluefish now down 5-3. Will likely make a move. He's yet to signal so far. Buying some time out there. The entire left side of the infield comes in. The right side of the infield stays put. A pat on the back for Frank DeJulio Jr. He exits. And we'll tell you about the new pitcher when we come back on 1350 WOYK.
This is the Dan Patrick Show.
Every single morning.
5 bad calls in 13 seconds. What's more impressive? What Reggie Miller did to the Knicks or what the officials did to NBA fans in the final 13 seconds? Reg had 8 points in 9 seconds.
Yes.
Or 5 missed calls in 13 seconds. What's more impressive there? And I thought Reg was. But that's pretty impressive. You missed 5. You missed every one of them. But, you know, total transparency. They've admitted that they missed these calls. But it's almost like, and if you're Catholic, you understand this. You just go to confession, and all of a sudden that just wipes away your sins. So this is sort of the referee, the NBA's version of confession. Hey, we made some mistakes. We'll see you in Oklahoma City.
The Dan Patrick Show.
Break out some IDs.
That's just good radio.
Mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Need material handling equipment for your company's busy season? Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers a full line of rental equipment to keep you operating at maximum efficiency. Forklifts from 3,000 to 15,000 pound capacity, narrow aisle reach trucks and order pickers, electric pallet jacks, scissor lifts, and forklift clamp attachments. Daily, weekly, and monthly terms available. Call today at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438. And check us out online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Follow York Sports on your Android. Search Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Alonzo Harris going deep for his 8th home run of the year. Jared Mitchell with a 3-run blast last inning. The Revs up 5-3. And the Bluefish head back to the bullpen and turn to Rainier Robal. Rainier Robal, a right-hander, 6'3", 210 pounds from Phoenix, Arizona. Last pitched with Sioux City in the American Association. He's made it up as high as AAA. And he will first face Travis Witherspoon. One away. Home half of the fourth, 1 run in for the Revs. They lead by 2, each team with 6 hits. Roll ball from the wind. He kicks and comes home. The first pitch, fastball, off the plate away, ball 1. Witherspoon, a strikeout in the first, a sac bunt in the third, 0 for 1. And the 1-0 pitch, that one up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Revs looking to salvage the final game of the 3-game set. They've dropped the first 2, each a 1-run defeat. And the pitch on the way, up high. Actually, Friday was a 2-run loss, 7-5. Yesterday it was 5-4. The Bluefish have given the Revs the most trouble of any team this year, a 4-10 overall record. Pitch to Witherspoon. There's a strike outside corner. It's 3-1. Roll ball works from the far first base side of the rubber. He winds, lifts his glove, kicks and delivers, and it's a swing and a miss. Witherspoon chased it up shoulder high, and now it's a full count, 3-2. Roll ball making his first appearance here for the Bluefish, just signed a few days ago. And the payoff pitch up high, ball 4. He walks the first batter he faces in Travis Witherspoon. So runner at first in Witherspoon for Alexi Casilla. Casilla 0 for 2 in this one. A ground out to second and a strikeout. He's running a 14-game hitting streak. A check on Witherspoon, and he's back in with a dive. Roll ball now works from the stretch. Another throw to first, and again Witherspoon a headlong dive back in. He was signed on Friday, just before the opener of this series, out of the All-Star break. Same time the Revs added David Wynn. Pitch home from low ball, up in the zone. Casilla backing out. That's ball 1. Witherspoon inching his lead off of first. Almost to the cut. Set up away, and the pitch on its way. It's upstairs, ball 2. So roll ball trying to find the zone here in the early going. Casilla, switch hitter, batting from the left side. And over his 14-game hitting streak, he is 24 for 56, a 429 clip. Another throw to first, this time just a lob toss over, and Witherspoon again back in safely. Roy ball has his sign. Witherspoon runs. The pitch upstairs. Casilla shows bunt and no throw down to second. Witherspoon in standing. So a stolen base for Travis, his 13th of the year. And the Revs have now a runner in scoring position with 1 away. Pitch to Casilla, and that's a strike outside corner. Alexi taking all the way. It's now 3-1. Roy ball looks back at Witherspoon and now comes home 3-1, and Casilla fouls it straight back. Not only does Casilla have a 14-game hitting streak for the Revs, but Alexi has hit safely in 18 of his 22 games with York and has also recorded 8 multi-hit games. He calls time and steps out. before the 3-2 offering. Roy Ball, a native of Santiago, Cuba, 28 years of age. And he comes home, and that's a chopper back to the mound. Witherspoon was running on the pitch. Roy Ball's only play will be to first, and he makes it to get Casilla by half a step for out number 2. So 2 away, Witherspoon up to third for Isaias Tejeda. Tejeda now with a 6-game hitting streak, and including the damage he's done in this one, now 11 for his last 24. He singled and drove in a run back in the third, part of a 4-run inning for the Revs. Bluefish with 1 in the second, 2 in the fourth. York with 4 in the third and 1 in the fourth. Looking to add a run here in the fifth with Witherspoon on at third. Tejeda up, righty against righty, and he calls time. Not only has Tejeda done really well over his last several games, now on this 6-game hitting streak, but he has climbed the leaderboard in many offensive categories. The pitch on the way, breaking ball, high and tight, ball 1. Casilla with 82 hits coming into play, second in the league. 138 total bases, that's good for 5th. 20 doubles, good for 3rd. 32 extra base hits, tied for 3rd best. And a .305 average, 7th best in the league. Pitch on the way, breaking ball upstairs again, ball 2. So a hitter's count 2-0. Outfield, especially Myers and Nina, left and center way backed up, and the pitch is just off the plate away, ball 3. Mostly sunny day here at Peoples Bank Park. Breeze blowing left to right and out just slightly. Bunch of fans on the lawn out there in right center field enjoying a Sunday afternoon game. Tejeda again calls time and steps out. Roy Ball began his professional career pitching in the Cuban National Series and was then signed by the Giants in 2010. The pitch to Tejeda, and that's outside, ball 4. A 4-pitch walk will give the Revs runners at the corners with 2 men down. And that'll bring up Angel Franco, another one of these Revs who has really been hot of late. Franco comes in with a 6-game hitting streak and is now 10 for his last 23, or rather 9 for his last 23 entering this at bat. First and third in the first pitch, high and away, ball 1. Franco, a switch hitter. He bats from the left side against the righty Roy Ball. Roy Ball last year, just 3 games, 2 starts with Sioux City. He comes home with a strike, middle in. 1-1 the count. 3 runs on 9 hits over 8 2/3 last year in his American Association stints. Also played there in Reading a couple years prior, and the pitch up and away, 2-1 to Franco. Angel struck out in the second, walked and scored in the third. And looking to get home, Witherspoon from third. Tejeda also out there at first, runners at the corners. And the pitch on the way upstairs. 3 balls and a strike. So it's a bullpen day for Bridgeport, and they're hoping to get something out of Roy Ball, but he's struggling to find the zone. Again, making his very first Atlantic League appearance here today. 3 balls and a strike, and the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Franco chased it up, let her high, and it's now full 3-2. Heel, the catcher, stepping out in front of home plate, telling his infielders go to first because Tejeda will be off and running. 5-3, York in front. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and Franco calls time. Now they're ready. And the payoff pitch. Runners go, and it's fouled off. Franco got that one in on the fist and lifted it up and over the netting to stay alive. 3-2. Franco at shortstop this afternoon. Ryan Dent playing first. Casilla has been healthy now for a week or two at second. And the pitch upstairs, ball 4, and the Revs have the bases full. The Revs right now, so much infield depth, really gives them a lot of flexibility. And now Rich Garces, the pitching coach, out to make a visit with Jared Mitchell coming to bat. Mitchell, a big home run his last time up. It was a 3-run blast straight down the line and right, just inside the foul pole, scoring Tejeda and Franco ahead of him. After Tejeda narrowly missed a home run up and off the newspaper north of the yellow line out there above the arch nemesis. So that's the second visit on the day, charged to Bridgeport as Garces heads back to his third base side dugout. We know that David Carpenter at the minimum is not available today because he is helping out our counterpart Mike Moore in the booth to our left. Lefty Mitchell against the righty Roy Ball. First pitch, it's a fastball outside edge, strike 1. Revs ahead 5-3, bases loaded, 2 men down. Witherspoon at third, Tejeda at second, and Franco on at first, all via free passes. Infield plays Mitchell to pull, and the 0-1 pitch, a backdoor breaking ball, does not get the call. It's 1-1. Roy Ball has thrown 25 pitches in the inning. And Mitchell at the plate trying to blow this one open. The 1-1 pitch, breaking ball stays up and away. It's 2-1. Mitchell, the white sleeve on his back arm to go along with the alternate white uniforms the Revs are wearing today. The football striping on the shoulders. Digs back into the first base side batter's box. The 2-1 upstairs, ball 3. And Roy Ball a pitch away from walking in a run. Darby Myers in center continues to play awfully deep. Just about 3 steps in front of the warning track, 390 feet away. The pitch to Mitchell, the 3-1 swing is lifted out of play, left field side. So now it's a full count, and all 3 runners will be off and running. Mitchell has hit safely in his last 4 games. 5 for his last 15 coming into play. A couple hits already in this one, so he is now riding a 5-game hitting streak, and he's halfway to the cycle. He rests the bat on his back left shoulder, and here comes the 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He tosses the bat in disgust. He chased the ball 4 up around shoulder level. And Roy Ball gets out of the frame, but the Revs do get 1 on the 8th home run of the year from Alonzo Harris, up and over the arch nemesis in left. It's a 5-3 game heading to the 5th on 1350 WOYK.
Did you know that Shipley Energy can take care of all your energy needs? From heating oil and propane to providing your home with electricity and natural gas. We also provide heating and air conditioning service and installation. All of your energy needs are under one roof at Shipley Energy. To learn more, visit ShipleyEnergy.com. Call 855-4SHIPLEY and don't forget to ask about our $100 rebate. Shipley Energy. Energy for life.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
There's only one place for local high school sports. Sports Radio 1350.
Jose Cuevas will lead it off here, top of the fifth. 5-3, the Revs lead it. They tack on one more on the home run from Alonzo Harris. It'll be Cuevas, Heel, and Lambeau to face Gailey. Back out for inning number 5, and the first pitch down and in, ball 1. That was pitch number 80 for Gailey. Bluefish really making him work, as they did with the previous 2 Rev starters in the series, as Gailey gets a strike outside edge. Mateo threw almost 90 pitches in 5 innings last night. On Friday, Jay Goss threw 88 in 4 2/3 innings. Gailey comes home with pitch 82, and it's down and away, 2 balls and a strike. Gailey from the belt, lefty deal to the righty, and Cuevas pops it foul and out of play right side. Cuevas 0 for 2, a fly out to center field, a ground out to third. 14-game on-base streak on the line. Gailey comes home 2-2, reached for and floated out towards right center field. Mitchell coming over towards the gap, calls, and on the run makes the catch for out number 1. One down for Jose Heel. Heel, a bunt hit his last time up, 1 for 2. Catcher batting in the 3-hole here this afternoon in the series finale. The Revs will travel to Southern Maryland tomorrow, a 6:35 start. Steve Janis against Darryl Thompson in the opener. Gailey from the belt, and the first pitch on the way, up and away, ball 1. Gailey working quickly, and the 1-0 in there for a strike. Took something off, maybe the splitter there, outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Michael Click had been loosening last half inning. There is still action for the Revs in the right field bullpen. We'll see if it is indeed Click, as Gailey bounces one down and in. Two balls and a strike. Gailey working to Jose Heel. The Bluefish after this series will travel to face the Patriots in a big Liberty Division matchup upcoming, as Heel fouls one off to the right and out of play. And Gailey nearing the 90 pitch mark. Gailey looking for his 7th win of the season. And he comes home 2-2. Line drive center field. Witherspoon back. Now he freezes, lines it up, and gloves it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down on fly ball outs to start the 5th. It's been an up and down season for Gailey. He started out by winning 5 of his first 6 games. And then he lost 5 games to even his record, and then a win against Lancaster his last time out, following a few no decisions sprinkled in, but Gailey getting back on track. 2 earned runs allowed in his last 12 innings coming in. And he delivered a strike on the outside corner to Lambo, 0-1. Lambo, a 2-hit game. He scored twice, both times singling to right field. Gailey now at 90 pitches, and the 0-1. Breaking ball reached for and missed. It's 0-2. Infield back, outfield plays Lambo to pull, and now Andrew will take a moment outside the first base side batter's box. Lambo acquired on June the 6th. Previously played 12 games with AAA Nashville, and he watches a fastball off the plate away. Nashville, the Oakland Athletics AAA affiliate. He was once a major leaguer with the A's, also some major league time with the Pirates over the course of 2013 through 2015. And the 1-2 from Gailey, reach for and miss, strike 3. Frank Gailey gets Lambo chasing for his 5th strikeout of the day in a 3-up, 3-down 5th. We're halfway home from Peoples Bank Park. Revs in front 5-3 on 1350 WOYK.
Hey, it's the good-looking genius at Broadway Transmission. You know what really grinds my gears? Perfectly good cars being thrown away just because the transmission went bad. My mind slips into overdrive when someone says,
I'll just get a new car before I spend that kind of money on a transmission.
What? According to Kelley Blue Book, the average price of a new car is $32 grand. Now you're going to finance that, right? There's another $6 to $8 grand. And if you drive it off the showroom floor, it loses 20% of its value immediately. Don't forget, you also have to pay sales tax, higher insurance rates, title and registration fees, and come up with $600, $700, $800 a month depending on your interest rates for 5 years. And remember, you will still have to pay for the upkeep of the car. Brakes, tires, wipers, fluids, etc. Stop! Trade your transmission, not your car.
Thanks, good-looking genius.
You're welcome, ma'am. Broadway Transmission. We'll get your shift together and save you all that dough. Visit us on the web at BroadwayTrans.com or stop in and see how it's done.
Celebrate the history of our national pastime at the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. See priceless treasures that will bring your baseball memories to life. Cooperstown is where you, your family, and your friends can relive baseball's greatest moments and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
Hi, this is Dan Patrick. Join me weekday mornings at 9 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Revs looking to win the finale here on Sunday afternoon against the Bluefish. They are in front 5-3. It'll be Tyrone Verona, Chase Simpson, and Ryan Dent. Bottom third of the order for the Revs as Rainier Roybal stays on. Roybal from the wind, and the first pitch to Verona. Breaking ball in under the hands, ball 1. Verona a hit last night, a hit tonight, now 2 for his last 5 after going 1 for his previous 20. So getting back on track here in the series. And the pitch to him is a called strike outside corner. Verona an open stance from the right side. And like Roybal on the mound, Verona from Cuba. The 0-1 pitch reached for and fouled down the right field line out of play. Check that, it was 1-1, so now Count 1-2. So perhaps with the two Cubans facing off, Roy Ball and Verona, maybe they've seen each other before, playing in the Cuban National Series at one point. Roy Ball winds, and the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball behind Verona. He started back and realized he'd have to move forward to escape that one. Crossed home plate, it's 2-2. Verona acquired by York on June 21st. 3 hits, 4 RBIs in his Revs debut against Southern Maryland. And the 2-2 on the way, and that's flown down the right field line and out of play. And that's over towards the bullpen balcony. Verona began his career in that Cuban National Series, 08 through 14, before making the journey with his mother defecting. Initially went to Haiti, and the 2-2 pitch fouled off to the right, and that's just in between the netting and the Revs dugout, about 8 rows back. He was signed by a free agent with the Tampa Bay Rays in 2015. Was with them earlier this season playing at AAA Durham. He batted .268, a couple home runs, 9 driven in, before the Revs picked him up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Roy Ball deals, and that one's hit on the ground to shortstop. Up with it is Rosa. Moving to his left, he fires to first in time for out number 1. So Verona set down, and that'll bring up Chase Simpson.
Now batting for New York Revolution, your third baseman, number 23.
Simpson, another one of the Revs, who's a more recent acquisition. Simpson joining the Revs at the beginning of July, after starting the year with AA Altoona in the Pirate system. First pitch to Simpson, reach for and miss, strike 1. First pitch changeup from Roy Ball, and Simpson out on his front foot. Simpson, a 14th round draft pick out of Wichita State back in 2014. And the pitch from Roy Ball upstairs, 1 ball and 1 strike. Simpson's best year in the minors came in Single A West Virginia in 2015. He hit 11 home runs, drove in 68. And the 1-1 pitch to the plate, reached for and missed, this time a fastball. Simpson pulling off a little bit, and he's in the hole, 1-2. So Roy Ball settling in a little here in his second frame of work. Better fastball and changeup. That breaking ball still a little shy with it. And the pitch up and in to Simpson. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson, the switch hitter, batting from the left side. The overshift on in the infield. Rosa near the bag at second. Abreu right in between first and second. And back on the grass. Pitch on the way upstairs. And now it's full, 3-2. 3 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Bluefish. 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors for the Revs. They have 2 home runs in the ball game and nearly missed 2 more. The pitch to Simpson turned on and fouled off down near the Revs bullpen. It'll carry him behind the seats. And the count remains 3 balls and 2 strikes. Simpson taps the plate, holds the bat high, and the payoff pitch. Upstairs, ball 4. It's a full count walk, and Simpson aboard with 1 down in the 5th. That is the 6th walk issued by Bluefish pitching on the night, and that brings up Ryan Dent.
Next up for the Revolution, your first baseman, number 17, Ryan Dent.
Dent trying to snap out of a slump. Just 1 for his last 20 entering this plate appearance. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game, a strikeout and a flyout. The first pitch is upstairs, ball 1. A ball got loose on the field. Time was called by first base umpire Bill Worthington. So I do not think that pitch will count. Time called awfully late, but for good reason. It was no pitch. Throw to first and Simpson back in. Michael Click still up and throwing for the Revs, and he's a guy who will throw a ton. Zach Groats also up for Bridgeport. Simpson runs for second. The pitch on the way. Hit and run on. It's a base hit through the left side. Rosas started towards second. Dent probably hit it by him regardless. And a single here. Back-to-back base runners for the Revs. And they have 2 on with 1 away. Ryan Dent hitting it sharply right in between third and short. And that'll turn the lineup over for Alonzo Harris with 2 ducks on the pond. Simpson did stop at second, as left field here is not all that far, and Nina came in to play it. First pitch to Harris, a breaking ball for a strike. Really the first good breaking ball we've seen for Roy Ball. Kind of been aiming it in the early going. Of course, had that one that he fired behind the back of Verona to start the inning. And the 0-1 pitch, another breaking ball and another strike outside corner. And Harris in the hole 0-2. Alonzo has been on base all 3 times. A walk in the first, a double in the third, and circled them in the fourth. The 0-2, fastball off the plate away. Harris not chasing. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Harris, one of the Atlantic League All-Stars for the Revs, went 1 for 2 in the game, scored a run. The Revs All-Stars combined to go 7 for 10. 1-2, called strike 3, outside corner, belt high. And Harris drops the bat, slumps the shoulders, and shakes the head on his way back to the first base side dugout. Second strikeout for Roy Ball, and that'll bring up Travis Witherspoon. Witherspoon also had some success in the All-Star game. 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 2 stolen bases. He has a steal in this one, and the pitch on the way, and there's a strike, fastball right there. In fact, that steal for Travis Witherspoon moves him into a tie for 4th place all-time in Revs history. Pitch on the way, breaking ball hitting the air, right field side, foul ground. First baseman Galvez towards the Revs bullpen and just runs out of room. So it's a long strike 2. Witherspoon down in the count. So Witherspoon now with 47 stolen bases. Tied for 4th place all-time in Revs history with Keone Duran. Daryl's writing it out for me to make sure I get it. 0-2 the count, 2 men on. And the pitch high and away, and jumping out of his crouch was Heel. Had a bluff throw behind Dent, but no one covering. Roy Ball now up to 51 pitches. The second relief pitcher to eclipse the 50-pitch mark. And he deals, and it's just off the plate away. So now 2 balls and 2 strikes as Witherspoon lays off. Jorge Perez started the game, went 1 inning, did not allow a hit, but exited with an arm injury in between innings. Started to warm up for the second and felt something not quite right. Frank DiGiulio worked a couple innings, and now Roy Ball on for his second and misses up and in with a breaking ball, and the count now full. Heel steps out in front of home plate, reminding his infielders, go to first, runners will be off. He does seem to do that just about every time, but always a good reminder to make sure his guys are getting the shore out as opposed to the tougher one. Payoff pitch, and that's outside, ball 4, and in back-to-back innings, the Revs have loaded the bases. 7th walk of the ball game for Bridgeport pitching, and that'll bring up Alexi Casilla. 5-3, Revs lead it. Casilla will try to blow this game open. Simpson at third, Dent at second, Witherspoon on at first. 2 men down. Roy Ball's first pitch, and that's a strike outside corner, 0-1. 55th pitch for Roy Ball in his very first appearance for the Bluefish. Again, Zach Groats warming behind him. And the 0-1 fouled straight back. Casilla in the hole, 0-2. So Roy Ball gets ahead. Brandon Fry of New Britain, the only man to appear in more games than Groats. If he does come in, it'll be 38. And Roy Ball misses up and in with the fastball. 1-2 the count to Alexi Casilla. Casilla 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout again with that 14-game hitting streak on the line. Bases loaded, 2 down, the pitch on the way, swing and a miss, strike 3. Casilla down on strikes and Roy Ball escapes for the 2nd inning in a row. The Revs still up 5-3 as they take that lead to the 6th on 1350 WOYK.
Rich Eisen.
I might be the mayor of the Follow Through Challenge community.
I like it. The Rich Eisen Show.
I'm here with Jim Moore from UCLA here on the Rich Eisen Show, and you answered, this had to be the first draft you physically have been to.
Yeah, I've been in 25 or 26 draft rooms where you're on one end of the phone talking to New York, now Chicago, but I'd never been in the green room.
What'd you think of the dog and pony show?
I thought it was amazing. I loved it. Unfortunately, you know, I saw the Tunsil thing. You know, that was really amazing. And so to be able to go back to my players and say, okay, this is why we talk about decision making, and this is why we talk about the dangers of social media. And with Miles, you know, you understand how fragile this career can be in the NFL, and so it pounds the point home to your players of the importance of an education and the importance of networking and setting yourself up for a life after football.
Time to roll.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Weekdays at noon on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
The good news is the Revs are ahead by 2. The bad news is they've strained it 10. 5-3, they lead it. Heading to the 6th, Joe Van Meter comes in from the bullpen on our Maple Donuts pitching change. Takes over for Frank Gailey, who went 5 strong innings, 6 hits, 3 runs, all earned. Walked 1 and struck out 5. And he recorded 3 3-up, 3-down innings. And that's a big deal against Bridgeport. The Revs recorded just 2 such in the entire game yesterday. And just 1 3-up, 3-down inning on Friday. Jonathan Galvez will get things going 0 for 2. 2 strikeouts for him. Van Meter will work from the stretch. He leans back, lets it fly, and the first pitch fastball over, strike 1. Van Meter now making his 27th appearance. An 0-1 record, a .471 earned run average. So from the belt, the setup inside, and the 0-1. Fastball hit his spot, but he doesn't get the call. Just off the plate in, 1 ball and 1 strike. In 28 2/3 innings for Van Meter, he's given up 28 hits, 17 runs, 15 earned. Walked 13, but struck out 34. pitch on the way, and that's a ground ball back up towards the middle. Franco reaches, but he can't quite get there. It's on into center field for a base hit. Galvez reaches with the single, and the leadoff man on to begin the 6th.
Now batting the second baseman, number 6, Tony Abreu.
So here's Tony Abreu. Abreu an RBI single his last time up, extending his hitting streak to 8 in a row. Switch hitter batting left. Dent holding Galvez on at first. Van Meter rocks in, delivers, and the first pitch fastball at 91 outside, ball 1. Bridgeport 3 runs on 7 hits, no errors. Revs 5 runs on 7 hits, also no errors. Infield looking to turn 2, and Van Meter home with the 1-0, and it's fouled straight back. Abreu a piece off the end of the bat. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Van Meter last worked in the finale against Lancaster on Sunday. Worked just a third of an inning, gave up a hit, but got out of it. Allowed an unearned run to cross. And the 1-1 pitch, and that's reached for and missed in the dirt, and Abreu went around. So he's in the hole, 1 ball and 2 strikes. A good delivery there from Van Meter. Really a lot of late movement on that one. Good arm action to get ahead. Van Meter has his sign from Tejeda. The righty sets. The 1-2 pitch. High fly ball, left center field. Witherspoon hadn't played that way. And just a few steps towards the gap. Reaches up, pulls it down for out number 1. So that'll bring up Gustavo Molina. Molina entering the series had just 3 hits with the Bluefish. And now in his last 4 at-bats, he also has 3 hits. A home run last night, 2 RBI singles today. Really heating up at the plate. Righty against righty. Runner goes, and the pitch on the way. Cue shot up the first base line, foul. Got that one off the fists on the hit and run. Galvez taking off for second. So he'll trot back to first. 0-1 the count to Molina. Remains in the lineup today as the DH after being behind the plate last night. Van Meter dangles the glove forward as he gets his sign. The 0-1 pitch, reached for and missed. He pulled the string, a changeup, 81. And it's 0-2.
That's 2, let's hear it. Mod sticks, mod sticks, mod sticks.
Van Meter initially drafted by the Rangers in the 21st round in 2010. Played with Texas through 2013. The 0-2 reached for and fouled off down the line and right. A new pitcher, same foul balls from the Bridgeport hitters as Molina stays alive. Van Meter reached AA Frisco in 13. Then acquired by the Rays, AA Montgomery. The 0-2 breaking ball down and away. Curtis Parch now up and throwing for the Revs in their right field bullpen, and a ball getting loose from Groats on the other side of things, down over towards Simpson at third. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Molina. Galvez on at first, 1 away. Van Meter checks on him, and Galvez back in standing. In 2014, Van Meter was acquired by the Orioles, pitched in Frederick, but then was let go. Later on pitched for Kansas City in the American Association for a couple of years. Another ball loose, and Molina, the catcher, out in front of home plate to take charge and lob it back down to his bullpen, saying, "Come on, guys, you're embarrassing me." Last year, Van Meter 8 appearances with Southern Maryland, but battled some arm issues. In his recovery time, he spent it caddying down at Kenlock. 1-2 the count. Runner goes, and the pitch on the way, down and in, and dropped by Tejeda. And Galvez will have a stolen base. So runner in scoring position now with one man down.
Revs got a break earlier in the at-bat when he fouled one. I thought Galvez had a pretty good jump, but ends up taking it now.
So he's out there at second. Sixth steal of the year, and the pitch on the way is in the dirt, blocked down by Tejeda. And now it's full 3-2. Hearing the sound effects from Molina. The K-man here today, although he is 2 for 2 so far. Big hole on the right side. Casilla playing him shaded to pull. And the pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Van Meter pulled the string on the changeup. And Molina down on strikes. And there are the Mott sticks.
Well, that's a big out. It doesn't matter if he's only played in 9 games so far this year. Whatever the case, he seems to always come in here to York and lights it up. And had so far today, but big bat to get through there.
2 down. Galvez still at second for Nina. And the pitch from Van Meter. Reached for and popped up foul out of play right side. Nina starting in left field in back-to-back games. It was Lampo drawing the assignment in the first game. He slots over to right here in the finale. Van Meter ahead, 0-1. And he's set at the belt. The pitch to Nina outside, and Tejeda quickly out of his clutch, bluffing back to second, but no one covering. Count even at a ball and a strike. High socks for Nina. And the pitch to him, swing and a miss. There's the changeup again from Van Meter. In the downward action, he gets ahead 1-2. Every pitcher has an out pitch, but that one just so deadly. The arm action especially. The 1-2, high fly ball, center field, chasing Witherspoon a hair towards the gap in right, and he will make his way there on the run, puts it away, and he retires the side. 1 hit in the inning, a man left stranded, and through 5.5 at Peoples Bank Park, the Revs lead it 5-3 on 1350 WOYK.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Can't get enough of the Birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews, plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the Birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Enter Rutter's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rutter's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rutter's VIP to enter. Rutter's, why go anywhere else?
On air, online, and on your smartphone. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
if the Bluefish are facing the Revs, they're going to throw out Zach Rhodes. It just seems like that's how it's worked so far this year. A 3-game series this weekend, and Groats has now appeared in all 3. He comes in on the Maple Donuts pitching change. He'll be the 4th pitcher used in the ballgame. All relievers, if you will, with Jorge Perez drawing the spot start. Unfortunately, he went down with an arm injury in between the 1st and 2nd. So Bridgeport trying to piece it together the rest of the way. Frank DeGiulio went 2 1/3. Rainier Roybal went 1 2/3. And here comes Groats. He is now tied for the league lead in appearances. This will be for Groats, number 38. He will first face Tejeda, and a swing and a miss. Tejeda came out of his shoes on the inside fastball, 0-1. Groats works from the first base side, out of the windup, and the 0-1 pitch, and that one's down and away and by the backstop heel. 1 ball and 1 strike. So 38 appearances in game number 80. So he pitches almost every other day. And in this case, pitching back-to-back games. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Tejeda cut through a 91-mile-an-hour heater, let her high, and he's down in the count 1-2.
Yeah, he doesn't have to go up there and try to figure out what he's throwing. They've seen Groats so much.
The 1-2, swinging a fly ball, center field and shallow. Myers coming in and towards the gap in right center, has a play and makes it for out number 1. Tejeda, a little bit of an inside-out swing there. Groats on Friday in relief of Jonathan Albladejo. Got 2 outs to end the 7th. Struck out 1. A clean frame there. Last night for Groats, a scoreless frame. That in the 7th as well, as Franco swings through it, 0-1. Struck out 2 of his 4 batters faced. He did have Casilla reach to lead things off, an error on his behalf. And the 0-1 down and away with the fastball, 1 ball and 1 strike. It was a low throw to first base. He skipped it by Galvez, and Casilla got into scoring position right away. A 1-1, high fly ball, center field straight away. Myers there, waiting. And now comes in a step and makes the grab for out number 2. 2 flyouts to center field to begin the 6th. So now, today included, 3 1/3 scoreless for Zach Groats, and the only batter reaching against him, his own doing on the error. Here's Jared Mitchell. Big game for him thus far, a double in the 2nd, a 3-run home run in the 3rd, and he takes a first pitch strike on the outside corner. He did, however, strike out with the bases loaded to end the 4th, as the Revs have stranded 10. Pitch to Mitchell in there for a strike, a breaking ball, and he's in the hole, 0-2. Groats worked quickly, works from the lower arm slot, about a 3/4 delivery. Not a big guy, listed at 6'2", but the way he pitches comes in a little lower than that as he misses down below the knees. Groats from Millbrae, California. Last year with Single A Ogden of the Dodger system, and he misses just off the plate away with the fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Mitchell out in front on the off-speed delivery. And Groats comes in and gets the Revs 3 up, 3 down. We head to the 7th, 5-3. The Revs lead it. Daryl Henry with the play-by-play when we return on 1350 WOYK.
Today's contestants.
Sports injury? Walk into WellSpan Urgent Orthopedics for immediate care. No appointment is ever needed. Our orthopedic and sports medicine specialists are here to treat you. Visit wellspan.org/urgent orthopedics today for hours at our York and Hanover locations.
Facing a legal issue can be a frightening time. What's my course of action? How do I know who to call? Fortunately, the York County Bar Association makes it easy. Now, you only need to make one call to find the right lawyer for you. Call the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right lawyer with our Attorney Connection Lawyer Referral Service. Just call 854-8755 or visit yorkbar.com. Don't hesitate in getting the help you need. Contact the York County Bar Association and let us help you find the right attorney at the right time.
Hear that? It's the sound of summer. Sound nice? Call Kona Ice. We do it all. Schools, sporting events, parties, both corporate and birthday. You name it, we'll be there. We bring the party to you. If you need a little bit of fun in your life, we're the shaved ice truck for you. Oh, and we fundraise too. This summer, cool down with Kona Ice. Give us a call at 1-800-KONA-ICE or visit us online at www.kona-ice.com. Kona Ice. Flavor our world.
The radio home of the Revs. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Nice job by Joe Van Meter. First on in relief of Frank Gailey. Now as we go to the 7th, it's Curtis Parch who's on. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 9-1-2 coming up for the Bluefish, Rosa, Myers, and Cuevas. Revs Baseball brought to you by Image 360, Yingling's Ice Cream, Highmark, Isaacs, Sheets, Ace Distributing, and Stanbaugh Plumbing and Heating. 5-3 lead, 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors for York. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Bridgeport. Revs, who have stranded 10 in this game, left the bases loaded back-to-back innings against Roybal. They had one heck of a line today, an inning and 2/3. 1 hit, walked 5, but didn't give up anything. Struck out 3. So the Revs have not been able to space this one out any further, but a 5-3 lead as we get to the latter third of the contest. Parch ready to go. Rosa climbs in. He has struck out and walked. And Parch from the stretch delivers home. And a swing at a high pop-up. At short, it's Franco moving out. Couple of steps into shallow center, and he's got it. A 1-pitch out for Parch to begin the 7th. He was tagged with a run on Friday night in his last outing. The first that he's given up in relief since going back into the bullpen full-time. It's been the man of basically every role here this season. Here's Darby Myers at the top of the order. And the first pitch, fastball, there's a called strike. Parch 3-5, a 6.41 ERA in 17 outings. 8 in relief. This is his 9th and 5th in a row. There's the 0-1. And a swing and a pop up again. It's Dent from first this time across the line in foul ground, and he snatches it with the shades on. Cruising over to his left, about halfway toward the stands, and there's 2 away. It was Myers on Friday night who blooped a hit off Parch that led to the run, but Parch gets him this time. In his most recent stint in relief, Parch 4 innings, 1 run coming in. And his first 3 appearances all scoreless before Friday night, but looking to rebound here today and has his first 2 outs. He'll face Jose Cuevas, who's 0 for 3, and the hitter asks for time. Let me turn your mic on there, Matt.
And after that big outing from Darby Myers on Friday night, the Revs have really held him in check since. Just 1 time on base in his last 9.
Pitch here, a swing and a miss. A cutter, and Cuevas almost stumbled to his finish. No balls, 1 strike. Yeah, last year when Myers was with Southern Maryland, he had like a 6-for-7 stretch with 4 triples or something. He can get really hot for a bit. The 0-1, and it's beaten foul at the plate. That was against York at Southern Maryland last season. Did I say that already?
No, it was, I mean, I figured if he were hot and you were maybe just a win spitter about it, that it would have come against the Revs.
Yeah. Just a wince. Looking forward to our Waldorf sojourn the next 3 days. Parch ready, and the pitch. Strike 3 called. Strikes him out on 3 pitches. A slider that had him frozen. Cuevas arguing with Buzz Albert as he storms away, but Parch broke off a beauty and works a 1-2-3 inning. 7th inning stretch here at Peoples Bank Park. It's the Revs 5 and the Bluefish 3.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at Peoples Bank Park. Peoples Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
Work smarter, not harder. Oklahoma City. Everybody is saying now, I'm watching Kenny Smith last night. Oklahoma City's got a better roster. Oklahoma City better. But you're not better if somebody you're facing in an industry has figured out a system, works that system, and doesn't have to work as much, and succeeds more. Think about points during a basketball game as profits, as money. Golden State works less and makes more money. Wouldn't you say, that guy's got it figured out? If you could sell 5 cars, a Mercedes, and make an income, and sell 30 Kias and make the same income, I'd go try to sell a Mercedes. It'd be a better life, better job, more time with your kids, more time with your wife, more relaxing, more naps, more vacations. It was a great series. It was ridiculously even except for one thing, the 3.
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. All about local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Bottom of the 7th, Manny Del Carmen is on for the Fish. Tyrone Verona leads it off. Revs a 5-3 lead. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. First offering, he swings and fouls it back. And this is like the best day ever. We have National Ice Cream Day, and more Yinglings has been delivered to the press box. On the wind and the 0-1. Swing and a drive foul. Verona hits it hard, but foul into the bullpen balcony and right.
Shout out to Nate Eicholtz, by the way, for our first serving. We asked for vouchers. We got one better. Room service.
Yeah. The wind, the 0-2, and a swing and a miss. Verona was fooled and trying to just get a piece and foul it off, but comes up empty. A late chop at it. Now the Bluefish have retired 5 in a row. The Revs went down 1-2-3 last inning, which I guess in a way there's a swing and a miss by Chase Simpson. That wasn't funny, but the comment section from our listeners certainly is. Here's the 0-1, and it's a called strike, outer edge. I don't even remember where I was going with it. That's okay. Simpson 0 for 2 with a walk here today. There's the wind and the pitch. And a fastball just up and away. Good eye. He took a couple of close ones on that walk in the 5th inning. Had a nice at bat. Actually had the center field vantage point on that one. 1-2. And it's just outside. That was a close take. Revs have Ricardo Gomez getting ready for the 8th. Up 5-3. Pitch. And in the dirt. There's Simpson, who was behind. He works it all the way full. Del Carmen 1-1, a 4.39 ERA in 28 games. Pitch. And he missed high. So he went from 0-2 to walking him. Simpson on with a walk for the 2nd time. And he's a 1-out base runner. Ryan Dent to the plate. One other game going on right now. And Southern Maryland at New Britain on our York Mitsubishi out-of-town scoreboard. It's 4-2 New Britain in the bottom of the 7th. Somerset at Long Island, Lancaster at Sugar Land later, as Del Carmen tosses one to first.
Does Long Island always play late on Sunday?
I think only in the middle of the summer. I think early and late in the season they would play at 1 or 1:30. Throw over to first as Simpson dives back. The stretch. First pitch to Dent. He swings and fouls it back over the roof. Sugar Land always plays late on Sunday. I would not be upset to see that change, but it does get very hot down there. Alrighty, the 0-1. Nah, that's in tight. Dent protects the hands in close. But you don't often get a chance when flying back from there to have an earlier game the day before. It's usually a night game, and then, I don't know, you might sleep 2 hours if you're lucky and head back north. Lancaster will still be down there a few more. Pitch is down and away off the glove of Hill. That'll go to the backstop, and Simpson moves up. It'll be a wild pitch. And the Revs with a runner at second and only one down.
Speaking of that area, though, the Houston general area, I didn't realize until I had a game on about a month ago, they took the hill out of Minute Maid Park.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the practically right decision, but it loses a little luster.
Yeah. 2-1, and a breaking ball down low. I think they put some party seating in the outfield instead. But yeah, wasn't it Lance Berkman who made the catch going up the hill and fell down?
There have been several. It's fun to watch the falling to the ground, reaching back over the shoulder, or guys who have to run up the wall or the hill to retrieve a ball.
Pitch is a called third strike. Oh no, called second strike. Boy, that was close. 3-2. I'll try to pay attention from here on out. It was 3-1 and a borderline strike up and away on Dent, who took a step toward first. 3-2 now. And Del Carmen with the pitch. Down and away. And Dent works out a walk. Back-to-back walks. Now today, the Revs a 5-3 lead. They kind of have bunched the hits together. The missed opportunities have come with all these walks that they haven't taken advantage of, and that's the 8th, 9th from Bridgeport pitchers today. Matt even told me, and I still messed it up. 2 on for Alonzo Harris. First pitch, he swings and misses, going for Arch Street on the first strike. And he found one to hit onto Arch Street in the 4th. In the 3rd inning, the big wall knocked it down. He had to settle for a measly double. He's 2 for 3. Double homer, walk, steal. Pitch is swung on and missed. Fastball up. And he pulled the trigger on that one, too. 0-2. The Revs last night also bunched the hits together in the 2nd and 3rd, but ultimately just not enough doing after that. It's the 0-2. And a swing and a liner the other way, toward the line in right field, and just foul. Harris took aim at the line the other way, but it just sliced foul into the corner, and he'll head back to the plate. Of the 10 that have been left on today, 7 have reached on walks. Only one of the walks has actually scored. A strange few games this weekend as Del Carmen steps off. By the way, the only relievers that they have left, Alvin Ramirez, Drake Britton, and the closer David Carpenter, who's no longer in the booth next door. Pitch, and that missed outside, 1-2. I kind of like him up here better.
Can't do as much damage.
Yeah.
Brian DeBrouwer probably likes him better up here, too.
Yeah.
Although he is not with the crew today.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Del Carmen went off speed. And he strikes out Harris, so kind of true to form for Bridgeport relievers today. It's either been a walk or a strikeout a lot of the time. This inning, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. This is the 10th strikeout for Bridgeport pitchers today. Now here's Witherspoon, who's 0 for 1, 2 walks and a sac bunt though, and a steal. First pitch, swings and pops it straight up. And Hill off with the mask, waiting, now chucks it aside, drifting to his right, and he's got it in foul territory, just outside the home plate dirt, and a 1-pitch out. Revs leave their 11th and 12th runners on here today, and again, not a hit to go with those 2 walks. We'll go to the 8th. It remains a 5-3 Revs lead.
Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment offers quality material handling equipment and services. Along with a full line of Unicarriers and Komatsu forklifts, you'll find Genie aerial lifts, IPC Eagle floor scrubbers, and Penalift loading dock equipment. Mid-Atlantic can provide rentals, pre-owned equipment, service, and replacement parts for most makes. When you need the best for your business, call Mid-Atlantic Industrial Equipment at 888-383-LIFT. That's 888-383-5438, or online at midatlanticindustrial.com.
Can't get enough of the birds? WOYK has you covered. Join us all season on Mondays at 6 for the Baltimore Baseball Show, hosted by award-winning Orioles and National Baseball writer Dan Connolly from BaltimoreBaseball.com. Exclusive in-depth interviews plus the latest insight and analysis on the Orioles every week. Talking baseball with the birds, Mondays at 6. The Baltimore Baseball Show on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. First in York, first in sports.
Enter Rudder's Summer of Freedom sweepstakes today. Look for the entry star, purchase participating products, scan your Rudder's rewards card, or enter VIP information at checkout and automatically be entered to win your choice of a 2017 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sport, Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab, or Dodge Challenger RT from Stettler. Drive better, drive Stettler. Free gas for a year and one of thousands of prizes, including Red Bull, Pepsi, and Pennsylvania Lottery scratch-off tickets. Must be a Rudder's VIP to enter. Rudder's, why go anywhere else?
Your teams all the time. York's only place for local sports. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
End of the 8th, brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. And Ricardo Gomez is on. A pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. 5-3 York. Gomez looking to bounce back today. Last night it was a game-tying homer from Molina to lead off the 8th with a 1-run lead. Has a 2-run lead today. First pitch, Hill swings and pops a foul. That'll find the stands on the third base side. Hill 1 for 3, bunted for a hit, and scored in the 4th inning. And really expect to see the catcher bunt for a hit, and it led to 2 of the 3 runs against Frank, but he gave up 3 in 5 innings and handed it over to the bullpen. Van Meter scoreless 6th, Parch a 1-2-3 7th. And now Gomez, he's ready. And the 0-1. Swing and a miss. A fastball up at 92. 3-4-5 in the order. Hill, Lambeau, and Galvez. Gomez the stretch. And the 0-2. Swing, and he lines a foul off to the right. What else is new? Another foul ball. Gomez earlier today spent a good bit of time talking with Luis Rodriguez, the opposing skipper, 2 Atlantic League veterans who have been in the league for a long time. Gomez set, another 0-2, and a swing at a high fly foul down the right field side again.
Well, last night, the Revs almost ran out of baseballs. There were so many foul balls.
Really?
Yeah. They've restocked today, but I would imagine the new supply is diminishing.
Jeez. Bluefish just play pepper with areas not on the field. Pitch is down low, 1-2.
They'd be pretty good at cricket, I would imagine. 360-degree field.
I had stumbled across on Revs TV. There's the 1-2, and a slider runs away. Just a random game from 2 years ago when the Bluefish were here, and Luis Rodriguez in his final year playing happened to have a grand slam in that game. Gomez the 2-2, and another foul against the netting. They might be able to use that one again, but yet another foul. And Hill, an important hitter to get here with Lambeau on deck, the lefty. He's 2 for 3 today. And not that it gets easy after him. Galvez follows him. Gomez the pitch. Swing and another foul. That one back on the roof. Slider that he spoils. Gomez 2-2 in 17 outings, a 4.50 ERA. The run last night ended a 5-outing scoreless streak that he had been on, giving up just 1 run his previous 8 outings. Another 2-2, he pauses, fires, and a line drive to short, and Frank goes there, catches the soft liner, holds it up to let everybody see it. A dying liner down above the dirt, and he reaches down to squeeze it. 8th inning brought to you by York Dental Sleep Therapy. Are you tired of feeling the effects of sleep apnea or sleepless nights due to your CPAP? Dr. Bell may have an option to help you. Make your appointment today and let Dr. Bell help determine which treatment is best for you. Call 316-1299 or visit yorksleep.com. Here's Lambeau, 2 for 3, 2 runs. First pitch is away.
So we have Brian, our official scorer, has helped us out here. We have tabulated the number of foul balls today, and we will track from here on out. But right now it's at 30, just from the Bluefish.
The fastball away, 2-0. Jeez.
So they come in dozen, right? So it's box number 3 or 4.
Here's a shot foul, 31. That one yanked down off the Revs bullpen seating. Lambeau a little bit early on it. They are exhausting, the Bluefish are.
Well, they make you throw a lot of pitches, and they get to your bullpen early because of it. Revs starters unable to go more than 5 in the series.
Now to 2-1, and that missed away. Fastball at 93. Now Galvez on deck. If Lambeau reaches, he would be in the tying run, and he's no picnic either. 3-1, and a swing and a foul tip on the slider, straight back. Now Gomez runs it full. Lambeau a big rip at that, but was curling down under his swing path. Bluefish have righty Alvin Ramirez up. He got the win for them last night. Well, the showdown with Somerset next. The Revs in the division as well. And this one misses inside. So on 3-2, another slider from Gomez, but this one missed in. And a one-out walk brings Galvez to the plate as the tying run. It's only the second walk issued by Revs pitchers today. Bridgeport with 9. And the hits are even, but yet a close game. Bluefish have only stranded 5, the Revs have stranded 12. Here's Galvez. First pitch is a called strike, fastball on the outer edge. And he might have questioned that, but not much discussion. Galvez 1 for 3, singled and stole a base in the 6th. The 0-1, and in the dirt, and Tejeda drops down to wear it. Made sure he was down and in front of that. One knee on the ground, the other one stretched out. Gomez doesn't like that ball, so we didn't add that to the equation. Baseballs that the pitcher may not care for. However many dozen we might be on today. The 1-1, swing and a miss. Slider for Gomez. The stretch and the pitch. Runner going and a fly ball to right field. Mitchell backing up. He'll have plenty of room. He positions, he catches. Took a look at first, but Lambeau on his way back. So fly out, medium deep and right, but plenty of room for Mitchell. Lambeau has to get back to first, and there's 2 away. And Tony Abreu will follow. 5-3 York here in the top of the 8th. And the Revs perhaps with one of the lefties up playing catch. Have some activity, but it's not Brad Allen yet. It is Westfall. Pitch to Abreu, a swing and a miss, but it got through. And Lambeau will move up. A slider down low, and Abreu chased it, but Tejeda unable to keep it in front. Will likely be a wild pitch. But with 2 outs, if they get the hitter, it won't matter. Abreu 1 for 3, an RBI single back in the 4th. And it is a wild pitch. The 0-1, and that misses up high, a fastball. The Revs, who last night scored 3 in the 3rd to go up 4-0, it was not enough. Today they scored 4 in the 3rd, and they have a 5-3 lead, trying to make it be enough. Pitch is down low, 2-1. And they have done a good job of late in these series finales Today, the situation is trying to avoid a sweep. Last time they were at home, they finished a sweep, winning all 3, but losing the first 2 here this weekend. Here's the stretch. Look back, the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball up and away at 93. And that'll even things up. Two and 2. Gomez ready. A peek back and fires. Strike 3 called. Fastball got him looking. On the outside corner at 94. And Gomez back with a scoreless frame in the 8th here today. No runs, no hits, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Revs still in front, 5-3.
This is Dustin Hawkinsmith with the Keystone Sports Network. For the best Penn State football analysis and commentary, listen to Sports Radio 1350 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 8 a.m. and after Revs games for the Keystone Kickoff Show. We'll bring you game reviews, player evaluations, and recruiting news. So for the best in Penn State talk, tune to Sports Radio 1350 WOYK for the Keystone Kickoff Show. Brought to you locally by your neighborhood SureSave Markets.
Okay, here we go, people.
This is The Herd.
Where are you again?
With Colin Cowherd.
There's so many injuries. So instead of Carrie Underwood doing a Breeze and Tony Romo promo, which is what they're trying to do every week, NBC has cut several new, authentic, brutally frank promos. It's not much of a sales job by NBC, but we got our hands on them, and they're as honest as anything I've ever heard out of NBC. NBC fires a shot at me. That is brutal.
Colin Cowherd.
Days at 3 on Sports Radio 1350 WOYK. The Revolution plays here. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Head to the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for the Revs to add on. And they lead at 5-3. Alvin Ramirez, the new pitcher for Bridgeport. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Got the win in relief last night. It'll be Casilla, Tejeda, and Franco to face him as Brown Allen begins to get ready. 5-3 the lead. Casilla 0 for 4 today. The 14-game hitting streak on the line. First pitch. He tries to bunt his way on toward third. Cuevas overruns it on the bare hand try. It's a bunt single, and it's a 15-game hitting streak.
And he did that one-handed. That was right hand only, and he did that during batting practice. I thought he was just having fun, and here whips it out in the middle of a game.
I don't know if I've ever seen that before. A one-hand bunt try. But he certainly has some tricks in the bag. 15 in a row for him. And he was swinging through some balls today, so he bunts for a hit on the first pitch here in the 8th. Here's Tejeda, who's 1 for 3. RBI single off the tippy top of the arch nemesis in the 3rd. Also a walk and a run.
Yeah, that was awesome. We got one more look at it. He pulls. Let me think about it, and then I'll finish.
First pitch is fouled back.
So he pulls the top hand off the bat, slides the front bottom hand up midway, and kind of punches at it almost like a boxer.
Wow.
I mean, his hand-eye coordination, both at the plate and in the field, is really remarkable.
He represents an insurance run. And Ramirez set at the belt. And a move to first. Diving back is Casilla. 15-game hitting streak is now the league's third longest all season. It's the longest active streak. Jose Hill on the other side had a 16-gamer snapped recently. That's the second longest. And then Anthony Jansanti of Sugarland had 26 in a row in the first half. Stretch from Ramirez. The 0-1. And a breaking ball, a swing and a foul back upstairs. Bluefish in the 9th inning will have 7, 8, 9, Molina, Nina, and Rosa. Not that they're easy either. Ramirez ready. Holds and fires. And a swing and a miss. A fastball got Tejeda, who almost spun out on that swing. He didn't get cheated, but did not connect. Casilla is 2 games away from moving into the top 10 in Revs history in hitting streak. 10th longest, a 17-gamer by Jose Herrera in 2011. Here's Franco, who's 0 for 2, 2 walks and a run, and Casilla draws a throw over. It is the longest hitting streak by a Revs hitter since Tejeda's 28-gamer last season, the second longest in team history. Did that over his 2 stints. Pitch to Franco, Casilla running, it's a bunt fake. Pitch was low and the throw is low and it bounces into center. And Casilla's up running to third, he'll make it. A stolen base and a throwing error. And that's one way to get the insurance run around to third base. 1-0 on Franco, who faked the bunt and let Casilla do his thing, and Hill bounced the throw right by.
Well, once again, he's been Casilla that is so good I would say all season, but throughout his time here in York, coming over late. But now that he's healthy, you see another element of his game that wasn't really there a week or two ago, and stealing a base, moving up, being more aggressive with bunting and whatnot.
Infield now in, and Franco lays off a ball high. It's 2-0.
Once again for the Revs, another situation with a runner at third, less than 2 out. Been a bit of an Achilles heel for them of late.
And today, despite the lead, trying to add to it 5-3. Again, the whole infield up. Play Franco slightly to pull it as well. Here's the 2-0, and that's off the plate away. Franco 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run. Ball away from having a third walk. Jared Mitchell on deck. That throwing error, the first error in the Bluefish today, but it's their 83rd of the year. Came in today with 14 more than the next highest error committing team. That would be Lancaster. Here's the 3-0. Green light, and he flies it to left field. Casilla will tag up. Nina has it. Catch is made. He fires toward the plate. Alexi coming, and he slides in. Beats the throw home. Sac fly for Angel Franco. And the Revs push the insurance run across. It's 6-3 here in the 8th. Well, on 3-0, it had to be up for him. And it was, and he flied it just deep enough. Medium left, and with Casilla's speed, he was able to beat it home without much trouble. That was 6-3 lead. Last night they were unable to add on. Today it takes until the 8th, but they do. And here's Mitchell with the bases empty and 2 outs. Ramirez the pitch in the dirt. Mitchell 2 for 4, a double in the second, a 3-run homer in the third, which has been the biggest hit of the day. The arch nemesis nearly robbed the Revs of a run that inning. Mitchell made sure that it did not. And he brought a couple of others home on that swing as well, including himself. His 5th home run of the year.
And now 24 of his 58 hits for extra bases.
1-0, and that's way out and off the glove of Hill. It knocked the glove right off his hand. That previous block that he made in the dirt, it might have gotten him on the forearm, and that pitch knocked his glove right off. Mace batted Mitchell cleanup the other night with Burgess away for a couple of days. The 2-0, and that missed high and wide. But it goes to show you the way that he's been driving the ball, that he was the selection to go into that spot. Last couple of days it's been Tejeda, with Witherspoon going back to second and sliding Casilla and Tejeda down. 3-0, shortening, and it misses high. Takes all the way, and it's ball for the 10th walk taken by the Revs offense here today. 10 walks with 8 hits. Angel didn't want that 3rd walk. He got the sac fly instead.
8 hits, 10 walks, 11 strikeouts. What an odd game.
10 walks, a season high. Previous was 9, which was against Bridgeport back on May 13th here. That was a loss, 5-1, only got 1 run that night. Here's Verona, and ball inside from Ramirez, misses. Well, they're going to have, Bridgeport will have some interesting bullpen availabilities tomorrow. Basically in their bullpen all day today, with some guys that have gone 2 in a row. Groats has gone 3 in a row. Throw to first, back standing is Mitchell. Revs' record for most walks in a 9-inning game is 12. And one of those was against Bridgeport back in 2007. The other one, 2012 against Somerset. Both wins at home. Mitchell runs, pitch is swung on, hit high in the air, left field and deep. Nina backing up, and he's got room just in front of the Hatfield sign, as Verona might have hit it toward the end of the bat and comes up just short of his potential 2nd home run with York. Ball caught on the warning track, but the Revs do add an insurance run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 left. And we go to the 9th. Brad Allen will look to close it out with the Revs in front, 6-3.
Kids today, with Facebook, texting, TV, and video games, seems like fresh air and sunshine are things of the past. Remember playing catch, climbing trees, wholesome backyard fun? Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care remembers, give them lush grass, healthy trees, the good old outdoors. American is baseball and apple pie. Kids have every reason to stay inside. Don't let your lawn be one of them. Heritage Lawn and Landscape Care, world-class care right in your backyard. 717-292-9994.
Having the gang over to watch the game? Keep them happy with great BestJet products from your neighborhood SureSave markets. Football fans, hockey fans, basketball fans, everyone's a fan of game day party planners with $18.93 deli items. BestJet hot dogs go great with BestJet kettle cooked chips. Or serve up a couple BestJet Rising Crust pizzas with 12 packs of BestJet soda. Throw the best game day party ever with BestJet products. Shop Sobel's Markets in Shrewsbury, Stewartstown, Whiteford and East York, Wetzel's in Glenrock, and Nell's Market Fresh Foods in Spry.
Money and business are essential to the strength of a community. So is cheering and celebration and music and fun. That's why York Revolution games, concerts, youth sports, special events, and more happen at a place called People's Bank Park. People's Bank has been serving York County for more than 150 years. Always cheering, always celebrating, always committed to the things that make York County great. And to you having a great time at People's Bank Park. People's Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Your home for Revolution Baseball. Sports Radio 1350 WOYK.
Brad Allen on, looking to close things out. Revs with a 6-3 lead. Last night suffered the loss. He came in with the game tied. And Bridgeport got a 2-out double from Abreu off of him to score a run, but a 6-3 lead, and in his familiar role with the lead here today. Pitching change brought to you by Maple Donuts. Gustavo Molina will lead things off, DHing this afternoon, 2 for 3 with a pair of RBI singles. And Allen from the windup fires. First pitch is fouled back. That'll clear the roof. And it's no balls and a strike. Allen, who's 4th in the league with 11 saves, the last one Sunday before the All-Star break in Lancaster. He fires, and a line drive center field. Witherspoon over and runs it down. A lunging grab in center field. He had him shaded the other way and darts over and in and makes the grab for the first out.
And again, so many of his catches are made in that first split second, the read and the jump, and it seems like he's spot on every single time. Without that direction right across towards left center, like you said, he was playing a little bit over towards right. I mean, just the perfect angle to get there and catch the ball above the ground.
And here is Angeles Nina, who takes a strike. Witherspoon, who grew up a Braves fan in Sumter, South Carolina. The 0-1, and a swing and a fly ball to him again. There he is with the shades on, tiptoeing toward right center. He's got it. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the 9th. He said that he modeled his game after Andrew Jones, and he was a really good defensive center fielder. Torrey Hunter, another player that he loved coming up. And he met Torrey at Angels spring training. Witherspoon came up with the Angels. At 2 down, here is Angel Rosa, who's 0 for 2 with a walk, and Allen trying to make this a quick one. He fires, and it's a little bit low. Allen 1-2 at 2.34 ERA. 11 saves, again 4th in the league. Here's the 1-0, and a swing and a chopper foul, knocked down by Luis Rodriguez at 3rd. And the kids are making their way toward the gate in center for run the bases. Photographers making their way toward that area. There's a photo club here today. A 1-1 and a slider, and the hitter went. Rosa just sort of almost sashaying with his hands across the plate. Not really trying to swing, but he gave Allen a strike there. And here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball the other way. It'll find the hole, a base hit. So Rosa sits back and takes it the other way, right through the hole, a 2-out single. Allen trying to wrap it up for Frank Gailey, who's in line for his 7th win, his 6th lead the team. The most that he's tallied in a Revs uniform. Would also tie him for the league lead with several others. Here's Darby Myers at the top of the order, 0 for 4 today. First pitch is in the dirt, ricochets up off Tejeda's glove, bouncing to the backstop. Rosa moves up on a wild pitch. Well, now Myers, who has a 20-game on-base streak today, and it'll either end or Cuevas on deck will come up as the tying run. A 6-3 lead. Allen the stretch. And the 1-0. Fastball in the dirt. Tejeda backhand pick. And the first 2 outs extremely quickly. Now trying to lock down this third one. And the Revs all-star reliever looking in. He's set. The 2-0. And there's a fastball strike. When Jarrett Martin was unhittable, Allen was the 8th inning man for him. So he's 4th in the league in saves and has not been the closer since day one. In fact, the first week of the season, he was working the 7th inning initially. He fires, and a slider down low. So it goes to 3-1 with, again, Cuevas on deck, who would be the tying run if he bats. He's got 3 home runs, but a lot of gap power. Have Shade Myers the other way in the outfield. And Allen is ready. The 3-1. Swing and a pop-up foul and out of play. That'll find the roof. And a strike away from wrapping it up. 3-2. League leader in batting. Allen looks in. Fiddles for the grip. He's got it. And the payoff pitch missed down low. And we will face the tying run. A walk to Myers, and it brings Cuevas to the plate. He's 0 for 4 today. Myers 0 for 4 as well. Revs have done a good job against the top of the order. And Allen will try to get Cuevas one more time here today. Now he's got a 14-game on-base streak that is at stake. Stretch from Allen, first pitch, swing and a miss, a fastball. He was trying to tie it.
Everybody clap your hands.
Had the first 2 quickly, then a single the other way, and then a walk. Now Allen ready. The 0-1. And a fastball, strike 2. Outside corner at the knees. And again, he's within a strike. Nothing in 2 with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Revs trying to salvage this finale, get back to 500 in the second half. And Allen ready. The kick, the 0-2, and a breaking ball down low. Cuevas doesn't bite on that. Cuevas a step out and back in. Allen staring. He nods yes. And the 1-2. Swing and a bouncer off the plate, but it'll be foul over on the third base side. I believe Westfall is getting up again, which they might go to him if it gets all the way to Lambeau, who's 2 hitters away. So they will prepare themselves should that happen, but Allen trying to get it done before it gets anywhere close to that. Hill follows Cuevas, and then Lambo after him. 1-2. Allen looks in, he's ready, the stretch, and the pitch. Swinging a number off the mound, right to Casilla at second. He backs up, he's got it, throws to first, and the game is over. And the Revs win the finale and avoid the sweep here today. A big win here to finish this series as they knock off the Bluefish, a 6-3 final. And Allen ends up having to work for it a bit there at the end, but picks up his 12th save. Frank Gailey, his 7th win. And today, the Revs make the big third inning count. Jared Mitchell, a big 3-run homer. And Allen, who was ahead of Rosa, but gave up a single, then walked Myers, got ahead of Cuevas, and did not let him off the hook. He grounded it off the side of the mound, funneled it to Casilla, who backed up to play the hop, and rifled to first in time to end it. And the Revs, a big win to wrap